Perfect.
No cursed ones.
I love it when you scheme. I also love it when you swap seats because that changes the relationship.
Yes.
You'd be surprised how easily you become comfortable sitting next to the same person. And how
You hardly ever think
of the role play.
You hardly ever think of stabbing them in the back if you sit in the same seats every day.
Yeah, because they can see your sheets.
Yes.
Who's seltzer?
That would be mine. Sorry, I'll take that.
No. Oh, it's almost something.
Spike it.
Would you like another? Oh, you just opened the thing.
Kitty cat.
I am going to switch you a little bit.
Diet Dr. Pepper all the way for me. Because it has caffeine.
Do you want this on your lap or on your chair, or you want to keep it at the table?
Yeah, don't forget to balance your uppers and downers.
Oh, do you have the version of the Bruce type mini? Apparently I left it somewhere.
Oh, yeah. I'll fish it out of the box in just a second.
Okay.
Oh yeah, my mini's somewhere in my bag.
I will occasionally be checking my phone. There's a site going live this evening,
Oh,
Ooh, okay.
and in theory,
you're responsible for it?
everything is fine. Well, their interface. It's a multi-site, multi-system go live. We're just part of it, but we have been
Scott, while you're over there,
typing production data for a week.
could you flip the fans on?
Yes.
The switch by the shelves.
Maximum
Behind the
power.
green screen.
I am reminded that earlier today I actually had my own networking / in this case web design issue going on.
A 1D2.
One of my clients,
Thank you. It exists.
yeah, one of my clients got back to me after I want to say 6 months of silence and just like tacit approval. Like,
Sound like Noah has Lysander.
They messaged me to say,
Noah should have himself.
well,
What?
I've got myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have your old if you need him, but...
No, that's okay. I got that.
There's
that's
mine.
right. I used you
Yeah,
for
so when
a
it
monk
happened,
in a different game.
This client got back to me after 6 months and said, "Oh yeah, by the way, we just got a couple messages saying."
Oh, you know what, actually, I found
people
my
tried
Bruce.
emailing us.
It's
Or
perfect.
emails
Oh, you
on the
found
site
it?
and it doesn't
Yeah,
work.
sure.
I'm like,
No problem.
what? I checked it. It works. I'm like, what's wrong?
For some reason I put plus.
And as far as I know, either somebody broke something on the site, but I haven't touched it in 6 months, or it never worked in the first place. But I know we tested it and it worked. And it worked.
No
when we
children
tested it
stole
just
my dice
today.
from my
So
weapon.
it's like, did someone just not consider?
No, I'm missing with it. Oh, no. They didn't.
Long story short on that.
Possible.
Check the one.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I
Getting
didn't.
it all together and
We
just-
sort of discouraged children. We figured it wasn't going to be the greatest environment for kids.
I
So.
recommended it in the first place.
With all
but
the swearing.
admittedly, I did then divert my attention and said,
Yes.
okay, you know what?
And nice shots. We actually got a first look at some of the
Let's add
pictures.
form.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
It's on me
Apparently,
for suggesting
did you
it.
see the email that one of the SD
So I
cards was
understand
still
the stress
in
of getting that kind of thing
Peter's
to go off.
Yeah.
camera?
Yeah.
So he forwarded the pictures.
Yeah, no, that
This
was
is-
intentional.
Okay.
It was his car.
Ohio Health.
Oh, I see.
It's,
Okay. So he
8 hospitals.
Oh,
gave us a zip, give it a zip file, or
Yeah,
or
this
your dad
is much
did
more
one or the
expensive
other.
than a one-day
So
site.
I was able to look at the raw. So it looks good.
He sent them to me. I was gonna talk to Noah about cleaning them up
Oh, yeah?
and delete the repeats that were unnecessary.
Sure.
Once I picked my favorite.
Wait, what I did?
Sure.
You died.
Ha
Get
muhaha.
out of the table.
He
Go away.
he wants help with
Get back in
photo
your grave.
editing.
Wait, when did I die?
Yesterday. Don't worry about it.
A whole thing. No, he wants your help with photo editing.
Yeah, I want your help with some
Of my
photo editing.
wedding picture.
Yeah, sure.
Just making sure that they're the best they can possibly be for pulling out.
Sounds like a plan. We'll just add extra blur.
Where did
extra
the
color.
bag go?
Yes, lots of lens flare.
Put the rest of these away.
You do like a little bit of graphic design, right?
That's the thing I do.
Yeah. I'll talk to some other time, but I'm thinking about getting a seal made, and so I would need a little tiny black and white.
Yeah, you need a
Image?
vector image. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I figured I can do it. I've done it before, but I might like have a professional do it. So
Well.
it would be like a short little thing. But I'll
Oh no,
see
it
if
sounds like a
it's
fun project. I'm all for it. Too loud. That's right. What?
Maybe a little quieter. Should be.
Huh?
No, a little
fine.
quieter.
A little quieter is probably a good idea just because the interference.
Yeah. Also, what kind of die is that? that you roll?
It's a D2.
Nice.
You mean a coin?
Yeah, no, it's actually is a D2, but yes, it's essentially. It's mechanically the same.
Oh, no.
That's pretty cool.
And
Yeah, I didn't have it.
Oh,
This
were
is
those-
a-
they were part of it.
yeah, that's a D3 and that's
Okay.
a mini polyhedral.
A D-holy.
Perfect for blocking esophagi.
I just drop them over here.
I need hook. Yes.
Would somebody like to, when last we left our heroes?
I think Noah was
Recap.
about to start.
I mean, I was doing it sarcastically.
Oh, okay.
Too late.
Well,
You're on the hook.
When
I
last,
didn't pick up on it, so now you have to do it.
When last we left our heroes,
let me try going off the cuff here and see if I horribly screw this up.
punch him.
I could just read the bullet points. No. When last we left our heroes, we had paused dramatically before a battle with Jarlaxle and his crew of dark elves, we think.
And who was Jarlaxle?
A guy. Head of the Brigandarth Mercenary Company.
Nice.
Turns out he's not actually evil so much as he is an opportunist. and he had joined up with the
Illithids?
the Illithids, I guess, in general. We haven't really gotten a name for whatever organization
Mindflayers.
they're dealing with.
Oh, they're the.
Well, for the group.
We got a name for the collective of.
Oh, for the mercenary company we got.
Oh no, but for the collective of the Mind Flayers, we got.
Did we?
No, he was unpronounceable, right?
He said that he literally could not pronounce their
couldn't say
name.
it, right?
Okay, so organization of Illithids.
Too many vowels, I think is what he
The
said.
OOI. I guess?
Oh, wow, that is a lot of vowels.
That's great. I love it. But yes, so we met him, beat the crap out of him, and as his allies, including a mind slave, was it? Mind witness. There's a lot of different mind things. A mind,
A lot of minds.
yes, a mind witness, that being a corrupted beholder corpse being piloted by a baby Illithid, I guess. As it teleported out along with his cronies, Jarlaxle was left in our hands.
But
and
not
we
Geoff, who also teleported.
Oh, sorry, yes, and Geoff and Bishop accidentally tripped into range of the teleportation and got zapped out of.
Well, they were there intentionally. It wasn't their intention though to do that.
Yeah, they
Okay,
did.
well, it wasn't
Yeah,
their
Geoff
intention
grabbed
to
his
do
sword
that
and charged.
Yes.
He went full Hulk. Big monster!
Not
Is
realizing
Geoff here tonight or
Oh
no?
my god.
he's
Well, which
he
is
may
why
be
he's
done.
not.
He may be done. Is sort of.
Oh,
We're gonna
okay.
find like a
point.
very small corpse.
At the very least, he's out of the game for a little while.
Going through all this effort to get him back, and he's.
In any
Yeah, we'll
case,
just leave him. He's probably fine.
in any case,
Yes.
they're
true,
likely
so.
they're likely now on the other side of the world in the Underdark. So that's a thing, and we have decided that we're going to take crap.
Can't we just set up some lights and see if he'll just communicate with us?
This
through-
is-
Ah.
Will, are you?
We have to invent the light bulb first. That's the problem,
We
actually.
could probably
Yeah, if
figure
anyone
that
can.
Actually, could do an opposite effect with like fairy fire and then have an anti-magic effect. Anyway,
Much simpler.
jeez.
So he's in the city of Mendel-Dareth, they think.
So we have
Menfold
Archmage
Menfold
Vargussel. Archmage Vargussel has given us some information regarding a mage on said other side of the world / another continent who may be able to assist us in getting there. However, that's going to require a bit of preparation on our part to brave the depths of the Underdark, save Geoff, maybe kill a lot of mind flayers, and save the world.
We have a choice to teleport over there if we want.
Yes.
Right.
You can. Archmage Vargussel could teleport you to where he found the hobgoblins who were guarding the way down,
Yeah.
but there was a good chance of something going wrong.
To be off target.
He could also teleport you to his friend's tower, which would have a much less chance of going wrong,
But it's
And-
further away.
and it would put you on the wrong side of the mountains. So, like, hobgoblins are on one side of the mountains, so you'd be on the wrong side. So you have to walk.
How much
to get there.
extra walking are we estimating would be involved?
I don't think we got a good estimate of that.
He didn't give a good estimate, but it would be substantial. It would be like
It's
a couple of weeks.
And when you say high chance of something going wrong, does that mean just ending up somewhere totally random,
You could end up
or like in
somewhere like you could end up a sizable distance away from where you wanted to be, or you could end up somewhere close to where you wanted to be structurally, but nowhere near distance.
Like conceptually close. Like
yeah.
another hobgoblin encampment somewhere else.
Yeah,
Anywhere
exactly.
else.
So there's no chance
you-
of us all arriving inside of solid stone.
Would we all arrive together most likely, or would we possibly
That's
end up
another
like?
question.
We'd arrive together because it's a teleportation ritual. It's like point to point.
Okay.
Unless, I mean, he can mess with it, but the idea
Right.
behind that is like,
Usually.
There's a very, very good chance you would all end up together.
Okay.
He says
It might
with a
be
smile.
something fun if, like, you roll a mishap instead of you take 1d6 damage, roll again, to instead be like, okay, you are scattered to the winds. Could be, but there's a very, very good chance that you guys end up.
Okay. Well, I feel like our comrade Geoff would be all about taking the risk for possibly getting super close, but I don't know what that means.
Geoff's
I'm
not
just
here
saying,
now.
if we're
He's not
going for him, if the roles were reversed, you'd be like, yeah, we can do it. Let's.
Geoff's not notable for his wise decisions.
I know.
Yes.
I'm
Caution.
just saying.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that he's nearly gotten killed every time he makes that
Apparently,
decision.
the removal of the impulsive one means that somebody else needs to be impulsive.
Also, like,
What would Josh?
First, we have to follow that. If the crazy one disappears, the next one becomes crazy.
There was also the option to grab a ship, which Archmage Vargussel forgot to clarify,
yeah.
but he would today. If you teleport, you would need to find your own way back.
That shouldn't be too hard. It's an entire continent.
Yeah, we
probably
can
have some
make
ships.
it work.
Or we travel through the Underdark and cheat our way across the world. Oh, that would be bad.
What do
actually.
we imagine was Geoff is going through in the Underdark? Is he probably in a lot very unhappy situation? Like
Is he
how
more-
quickly, like how
Well, being
Much-
being a prisoner right now in modern day America sucks. So rewind that.
Okay,
a lot of human
okay.
rights,
He's going to be sold.
Okay,
as
a
but-
constitution.
but-
Being a prisoner sucks.
well,
in that day and age,
obviously I am not.
Here's the thing: if
not
we're
for
talking about
that.
Mexican immigrants, except they have tentacles coming out of their faces because they're being tortured by illithids,
Well,
then maybe we have a.
He's not in an
picture here.
illithid city. He's in a
Drow.
city.
Actually, no, he's in neutral ground.
I was going to say he could be transferred. Which would be
Okay,
bad.
but still, he's going to be there.
Oh
There
my
are
God.
probably it's probably lousy with drow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lousy with everybody.
So that was.
It sucks, but it's not explicitly drow, because explicitly drow, he would already be a slave.
Can my messaging spell reach
Is it
The
messaging or sending?
ascending? I think ascending.
I believe it's on.
It cannot
one
reach
of the-
him right now.
When we're in the same
When
plane.
you're down on the same plane, it could reach him.
Okay, well that's good to know. We can find him at least.
Yeah.
One target on the same
Very
plane.
useful.
Of
Okay.
Okay, now all we have to do is learn the plane shift spell, so we could just we chunt you over, have you send a message. That's the adventure.
Some druids are powerful enough to do that, but I think you got to practice.
How long are we going to be there?
That's a good question too.
Might have
actually.
plenty of time to practice.
That's a real question we haven't asked ourselves yet. How long is this going to take, depending on what option we pick?
Yeah.
Because
What is our
Pretty sure we've
shortest?
kind of seamlessly transitioned into actual gameplay, just as a heads up.
Yeah.
we certainly at a table, everyone is arguing with everyone else, saying, "No, we should do this. No, we should do this."
So if you'll-
Hey, has anyone thought about the Mexican immigrants? Cool.
I said no politics in my game.
Sorry.
As a reminder, just for window dressing, so I can feel like I actually DM. You are currently in Lady Stelmane's estate.
Okay.
Jarlaxle, the mercenary leader that you've captured, is currently on the second floor in his room. Kind of gave you a little bit of a scare by disappearing just to prove he could. You are currently negotiating with Lady Stelmane and Archmage Vargussel.
She agreed to give us some money as a stake to.
Yes. Jarlaxle asked for 1250 to act as your guide. Lady Stelmane said she could front 1,000 gold, basically paying you in advance for the work you were doing.
Or paying him.
That's
Because
It will end
all
up
right,
going to
we're
him.
trying to talk him down, right? That's
But
what
She's giving the money to
She's
you
funding
to do
the
it.
expedition.
Right.
Well, she's paying us for being
Saving
her
her life.
hirelings,
Yeah.
right.
now my
which is going to go to funding the expedition.
So, Jarlaxle is currently locked up. You guys had roughly decided that Jasmal would have the best chance of negotiating with Jarlaxle since Lysander tried to mind whammy him
and he
twice
Knew, he knew instantly
and
it
failed. And he got
Got that whole
really...
elven charm resistance thing going on.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
He kicked you out.
I
of
genuinely
negotiations.
forgot that I'm resistant to that.
And we also thought that Jasmal would be the best candidate for elevation of status.
Right. Yeah,
Yes.
Michael
Patriarch.
was catching me up on that.
Since you guys are
Interesting.
kind of in a tavern-ish setting, kind of with a fire and hanging out and talking, we're going to transition to
Tavern music.
All right, get that lyre up, running.
I could do that.
No, I got
Just start talking.
Banjo music starts fading in.
Oh man, because I'm that kind of character. Like I should have a hurdy-gurdy as an instrument.
Should have what?
I have a hurdy-gurdy.
All right.
Or glass harmonica.
So, Jasmal, if you were to convince this man to work with us for a lower fee, that would be great. I'm a little iffy about working with him in general. It seems like the kind of person who would just screw us the moment somebody pays him 2,000 over our 1,250.
Well, is he demanding the money up front, or
Yeah.
is it?
If I
Well, no.
Well, I feel like we need to be like, no, like
We didn't talk about when we pay him.
when
Just that
That's up to you to negotiate.
when we
He seems like the type of person to specifically ask up front. Or at least
We
a
could
down
give him
payment.
a.
do we want to
give a down payment.
demand that or ask that he gets us to Geoff and then we pay him, or do we want to demand or ask that he gets us to Geoff and back out
Well,
of the?
So his guidance was going to be to get to the city, and then the his safe conduct was going to be a guarantee of the same for Geoff, but we would still have to somehow arrange Geoff's release.
We might have to even buy him once we get there for more.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, how expensive could one
Or
have?
you could assault 5,000 Drow mercenaries
On neutral
Epic.
ground.
on neutral ground with
For Geoff!
Dwargar and Beholders and everything. Just kind
Or we
of.
can play the factions off against each other.
It's more likely
Start a riot.
it's likely we'll have to like provide some because we're not wealthy. We'll probably have to provide some sort of service in exchange for Geoff's freedom.
Right.
So we need to look forward to that.
And they're not.
And Drow
They're
are
pretty
evil.
not good people, right?
I mean,
Well,
Jarl Axel treated you cordially.
That is evil.
Is almost charming.
He's
Well-
not the
He would say
worst.
he is charming.
Of course he would. He has high charisma. He would admit that.
You should probably.
It'd be funny if it turns out he has low charisma and we're falling for his wiles. Just because
I also have.
Well, a well-played, low-charisma character.
he's so bad at it that he's actually making us more convinced that he's a genuine person.
We're almost halfway to 6th level.
Oh, yeah.
Took a while.
We're gonna
so what is our goal to haggle him down to, ideally? That we realistically think he might agree to.
Well, so we have our current funds, which are the money that we've got on us, plus the party funds are at. Let's see, 60.
Getting into character.
This is the Jarl Axel hat, by the way. It's also the Bronze Illusion hat, but I don't wear it anymore.
So party funds, we have a little over 100 gold.
Oh wow!
Well,
So we don't even have enough just to
Well,
cover that extra
No,
200.
so but that's party
50.
funds.
Right.
Look at your character sheet.
I've got 200.
I've got
I don't know.
like 80 gold or something. I've got about 80 gold on me.
I've got a lot of gold. My problem is I don't want to spend so much on this guy who's obviously going to screw us.
well, but here's the thing: we can honestly say how much money we have and start with that as a
He hasn't shown.
bargaining point.
He hasn't been disingenuous at all.
Oh no, but we shouldn't be that genuine with him. The moment we tell him exactly how much we have, he's going to ask for all of it.
Well,
By the way,
I meant, but not mention the Lady Stelmane stuff at first.
By the way, as a heads up, I forgot to send this to you because I've been super busy with family coming in and the graduation. After our discussion on Wednesday, everybody has 1 inspiration point.
Okay.
Please feel free to spend them.
Thank you.
And if you recall how we were acting during the game with the Thornwatch game, when we would see our character personalities and be like, "Oh, that's really cautious of you, right?" Please feel free to do that for my benefit. So I know
It's like, hey, the thing I did was
yes.
That was role play.
Yes, try and call out
that I did the
deliberate
thing.
roleplay, yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. What are our
And
traits?
specifically
Nominate others,
the thing
essentially.
over on the right.
and specifically
Right here. They're these.
yeah.
Oh, literally those.
Yep.
And,
Oh,
spe-
jeez, I'm
and
gonna
specifically,
have a problem.
I am most likely to award inspiration when what you do plays into that to your personal detriment. So mostly your flaw or your bond in a negative way.
Gives you incentive to play out your flaw, your
Yeah.
bond.
Play out yourself in a negative way. And Lysander, you've been pretty good about that already. I'm just bad at awarding inspiration.
Also, I'm just realizing, wait a minute, I should have gotten inspiration like 10 times already.
Yeah, if you spent it, I would remember.
I didn't have any. Anyway,
Yeah. So just try and call out your role play personally, just so that way, because I experience you more through your D&D characters than I do in real life,
That's true.
on average.
Yeah.
it's kind of
So it's harder for me to delineate that line when I don't. It's like I don't know Scott personally to the same level that I know Hoss. So
Yep, so it's harder to know when it's actually acting or not.
yeah,
That's a good point.
like when's role playing
Man.
and when's Scott making a tactical decision and be like, okay, this is the optimum choice.
the title of this session, Existential Crises.
Oh, no, the title of this session was. Fuck, I don't remember.
Something traveling.
Traveling
It was
underway?
on Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the.
Also, wait, my personality traits note I'm sarcastic and loyal to my friends. If I'm sarcastic all the time, do I just keep getting inspiration?
To your detriment.
If-
when
yeah.
somebody punches you in
What
the
causes
face
a
for being sarcastic.
what causes a problem for you?
Noted. Okay. In any case,
Didn't
so,
you get banned from talking to this drow?
No, he banned
So-
me from
Clean
talking
your
to
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But not for being sarcastic.
No,
Just for
That was for just.
that's
being
from
an
trying to
I'm just
mind
gonna
whammy
close
him
it.
and forgetting
Okay.
oh, yeah, elf.
Yes.
Oh,
Now,
And
if your trait was
you
you
leave your
control
dice,
everyone and
they're
mess
gonna
with
get
everyone,
mixed
then
up.
you would have been living out your traits.
There you go.
yeah. So why don't you put your dice?
Anyways, back to the game.
So what's our negotiation tactic here? Because I'm realizing that if we give him a readout of exactly how much we have,
Oh, we're not going to do that.
he's going to go ahead and go, great, so you
I'll
can pay
take
me
it
that
all.
then. I'll take that.
So the Sean Spencer approach.
Yes.
Hey, I got $600. How much for this car? 600.
Done.
Which I'm surprised worked. But I don't think I've ever actually seen that work in real life.
Uh-huh.
In any case, what we could do if we want to really go with that kind of approach is say, well, between us we only have about 200 gold, but we can try to get you some more, and then just go, thank you, Lady Stillman, we'll take that 1,000, and we can split it amongst us and pretend later as though, oh, we found this gold. Hey, here's 100 from each of us. Boom. You've underpaid him.
Is he gonna do it for two? I mean, it
So
seems
we're
like
effectively talking 1, 2, 3, 4,
I don't think we need to tell
400,
him how much
200 plus
money we
600.
have.
right.
I think we need to. He gave us a figure.
Say 1250 is totally beyond what we are.
Well, no.
Or-
Just negotiate. Say like, okay, you're 1250.
You're wondering what the starting place is.
Yeah.
What?
You're wondering what the starting
Never,
offer is.
never show. I think what they're trying to say. This will be Archmage Vargussel or Lady Stillman. Never show your absolute limit because then they'll know how far you can go.
Right.
So always try and pretend like you have more than you actually do, because then you seem more powerful and they're more willing to negotiate.
Or grovel.
Yes. If you give him all the power, he has to be nice to you.
Well, no, seriously, what I'm thinking here is that he seems like the forceful personality type. Yeah, type A personality, whatever. If we really want to, we could convince him that, yeah, he has total power over us and we'll do whatever he says because we don't have a lot of money. In reality, we have enough that if we really wanted to, we could pay someone else to kill him.
Wow. That is.
We could kill him. We nearly did. That's why he surrendered.
That's an
Okay.
interesting train of
Make
thought.
him
Yeah.
believe he's
Right.
wrong.
That's an interesting train of thought, but no.
Why not?
That puts us at a big disadvantage.
We aren't actually at a disadvantage, though. We've created the illusion of him being above us.
But you're just trying to
Right.
come up with an initial offer. Then you're going to have to
Okay, maybe
negotiate
I'm
something in the
overthinking
middle.
this.
But
I'm
so how much
overthinking.
do we actually have before
Well,
Stellman's money?
How do you negotiate a contract in real life?
Sorry, no, we're going out of character. What I actually do is I have a set rate that I always put out there as my initial rate.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a charity case or something where I realize they don't have a whole lot of money, then yes, of course, I will negotiate with them based on what their budget for the project looks like.
So
This is different.
so he's given us a rate.
Oh, he's given us a rate that's ridiculous. That's the problem. I mean, we would probably ask for less.
He is a
Out of
native.
character.
He's a highly trained native guide
Okay.
that we're setting out for in a
I think it's a ridiculous amount.
month long expedition.
Here's the thing: if we
Might
only
be
need
two.
him for the initial part, we just need him to get us into the city, right? We don't need him after that. We can pay him until we get there.
But the lion's share of the work will be getting us into the city.
And you're pretty much only paying him for the services of getting you to the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you're there, he's going to join his
then
group.
he's basically free to leave.
Yeah, he's going to join his group, and you'll renegotiate
I'm
the
kind
situation.
of, I'm really concerned, by the way. Nice ominous language there. I'm concerned that we're going to get into the city safely. Everything's going to go fine, and then he's going to find his buddies and go, "Hey, okay, so let's kill these guys and get out of here." That would be horrible.
Certainly a possibility.
You have to ask him an insight.
Is there any other way to get there without
I'm not
using
getting close
his
to him.
services, though?
Sure.
I mean, we
We
kind
go
of just
back
have
to-
to take the risk, or
We go back to the forge. We go through that other tunnel to the Underdark and try
Take our
to
chances.
take our chances with.
But does that put
Not
us
much.
like, okay, we've arrived,
I'm not saying it's a good idea. It's just
and
it's
we're
another
in-
way to do it.
and we're in Omaha, and we need to get to Fort Lauderdale.
Totally. Like I said,
Archmage Vargussel did specify that the world below is not one-to-one with this plan. That passageway could put you closer, could put you farther away. It could put you... You might know that you have to go east to get to the Hobgoblins, but if you go down into the Dwargar passageway, you might have to go, quote-unquote, west to get to where you're going.
So Euclid was wrong. Okay, got it. That's
Euclid
interesting.
didn't understand multiplanar theory.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, for correlation here, yes, it's non-Euclidean.
In like the bizarre sense, yeah.
well, here's what I'm thinking. I think we should just add up what we have, not mention the Stellnane money, just because you need a starting place for negotiating.
Okay.
Offer that, see what he says, and then we'll end up somewhere between those two numbers, probably. You know, you have then an extra 1,000 to play with or
Right.
whatever.
I've got an idea.
But then you also don't have to lie in the beginning if you don't want to, because that's how much
Right,
money we have.
Well, so what
I
did
don't
we
know.
say?
I'm not comfortable
Okay.
with this trickery.
What's a month again? 40 days?
Right. Yeah.
We should be going with the Gregorian
I
calendar
feel
here.
like it is.
No,
No.
you're a little off.
They're 5-day weeks.
They are not
30.
5-day weeks.
Oh, I thought I got this.
They're 10-day weeks.
No, hold on. I gotta find my book.
They're pi-day
They're
weeks.
they're elastic.
Yes.
Here we are.
The days
Talk about
change on the whim of the
non-Euclidean.
Euclidean.
Okay, but you. Yeah.
Oh shit! Did I already erase it? Crap.
Oh no.
Okay.
Means you can remake it.
So it's an arbitrary
No,
number.
it's saved on my
of weeks.
computer, which is way over there. I'm converting everything to digital. There are 5-day week equivalents, not called weeks, because I confuse people.
Thank you.
45-day long month equivalents.
Okay, so 2 months. This may take 2 months, right? So that's 90 days. Skilled labor is $1 a day, or rather a gold a day.
2 a day.
2 gold a day. So that is 180 gold, right? Now, he's not just skilled labor. He is a talented mercenary band leader.
Sure.
Okay, which will at least double the price, right?
It's also probably functionally equivalent.
That's,
Each
that
of
wasn't
you
double.
That's a
singly
lot
in
of money.
combat.
32,000 gold. Sorry, what?
So that gets us up to like 360 gold, right? At the very, at the least. And he's a native guide and stuff. So like a starting position, maybe like 600 gold.
Fair enough.
That's pretty fair. Oh, Haas, it's like you've done some sort of business management before.
He's just a robot. He can run numbers.
The original PCs were mostly used for business and accounting and things like that. So
So does that sound like a good place to start from?
sounds good to me.
And
I just want to get this whole show rolling.
Yeah.
And also we need to flatter him and that sort of. So like that might be a good starting place. And then like you can just negotiate from there. Like so we can get to his 1,200 gold
Right.
price,
If we
but we need to save as much as we can.
try to get maybe under 1,000, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be nice.
That way,
That sounds
it's
like
just her money, and
that
we
sounds good.
have more to wiggle with.
Is Stelmane in the room right now?
Yeah, Lady Stillman and Archmage Vargussel are both
Yep.
in the room if you want to ask them anything.
I was thinking, as we're wrapping up negotiations and things, I need to talk to you.
Mwah.
Probably yes.
Okay.
You cannot escape the eye of God, but okay.
Unless you use Facebook and message you privately. Yes. But that's unethical. It's not in the spirit.
So Lysander and Jesmal walk off into the room with the ghost of the DM.
That's really good hearing.
What? Are you really gonna try and listen at the door? Okay. Let's step outside.
Yeah, sure. That's a pretty nice idea.
Yeah, sure.
It's a quick 1-2 thing.
I am super interested. I love surprises.
Okay.
I was just thinking a little bit about, first off, where's your friend that came in with us?
I have no idea. I don't think.
Did you didn't notice her go anywhere as all the chaos began?
Just-
Actually,
she
no,
disappeared.
No, more specifically, before the chaos began.
You all noticed, or not all of you, but somebody noticed and pointed it out that she disappeared.
I noticed.
Okay. Way to brag. You noticed her disappear early in the evening during the aperitifs when it was crowded. She did not make a reappearance that night.
So she did not make a reappearance. She told you nothing about what her plans were or what
No,
she was going
pretty
for?
tight-lipped, I believe. Yes.
And you didn't
Yeah.
keep track of her once we arrived. Okay, that's a problem. Because I'm nervous about whether or not Lady Stelmane has a mole in here, essentially, or if she's stolen something important and we're going to be blamed. I'm a little nervous with her putting this much trust in us, and we brought a spy into her home.
Me too, but I don't really know what she was up to.
I really wish you'd ask, because I don't know either, and this is a problem. Secondly, in regards to joining the politicians of the area, it sounds like you might be somewhat interested in that. What would you do if you were to do that?
I don't know. I honestly don't. Hopefully never become a slave again. Or maybe go back and fuck some people up in my home country
Oh,
if
man,
I could
you're-
get enough power.
Oh, jeez. Well, while you're doing that, would you be interested in possibly expanding the guild that I've created? Create a little outpost here? If you could endorse that, I'd be interested in giving that a shot once this is all over.
I don't see why not.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. Really, this was bringing you out here was more about complaining about the person you just kind of went, oop, I don't know where you're going. You didn't ask her? Oh my god.
I tried. She was tight-lipped. Because I wasn't technically here for those sessions.
Yeah.
This was all
Facebook
online,
Messenger.
but I said that I would pose it to them and see if they were okay with it.
They did, and
And you
they
guys
were.
approved. That was
Yeah.
my condition was like, I'll do it if my party agrees, and I guess you guys agreed.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
I just realized how much of a mistake that was.
well, I said I wasn't gonna do it unless you were all on board.
You vouched for her.
I did? Did I?
You
Kind of.
You kind of vouched for her.
You said you'd asked her questions and you had not detected any falsehoods, which was true.
But no falsehoods if she didn't give you information. That's that's a problem.
Sorry.
Aha! So we're all gonna die. Okay.
Didn't ask the right questions.
Oh no.
So like we don't like we're a team. We don't usually work directly together though. We're all kind of like our own little.
Yeah, but the ability to ping quickly is nice.
Yeah.
So Lysander walks in with Jasmine and just a smile on his face goes, I went, well, great. So back.
It's all good. Also, with your passive insight, you can tell that Lysander is somewhat upset.
That went great.
I love this game.
So
What's wrong?
now we're good. We'll talk later. So
I
yeah, 600's fine.
I sure hope so. I love talking.
So 600's fine. I think that makes sense. I'm still not happy about paying this guy, period. He comes off as way too untrustworthy, and that's coming from somebody who's pretty roguish.
I'm willing to try to take our other entrance in, clear out the forge, and go in the other direction. I'm not sure it's a good idea, but
Want to go in the back door?
I'm nervous about
idea.
doing that because that
Kind of
means we
worked
have
out
to track
last
the
time,
Underdark.
right?
Do we really want to spend however many weeks in the Underdark?
No, we don't. We don't want to go anywhere near the Underdark.
But we have to.
We need to help Geoff.
You seem to have a very strong motivation. It was kind of unexpected on my part.
To help Geoff,
Yeah,
who may or may not be alive.
I was super glad that it worked out that way.
Oh man,
that's not sure if he's alive.
Well,
or
I
not.
mean, we also need to help out Lady Stillmane, but
That is true.
We oughta help Geoff. This wasn't his fault.
well hold on. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I mean, that's what he would say. Then we'd feed him a berry and he'd get up. But, okay, so if we're going to do this, I mean, I'm not going to be in there because this guy
Hate you.
he doesn't want to be anywhere near me, apparently. Try to get him down a bit. Get him lower than 1,000. I'm fine. I'm not happy with 1,000 either because then that wipes out our pay. 600 would be fantastic.
Okay.
We're going to keep working for Lady Stillmane, assuming we live.
True.
I can give you a little magical enhancement on your old charisma.
That would be lovely.
Yeah, just don't try to mind control him. He doesn't like that.
They call it Eagle Splendor.
All right.
We like to link our magic to animals.
I literally was not here for interactions with him. Any suggestions for how to speak to him to get on his good side, or
Don't allow him clear access to the door out.
okay,
He probably couldn't leave if he wants to. Don't worry too
He's very
much.
full of himself.
full of himself.
Yeah.
Seemed like charming, roguish is how he
Basically,
might, he
he's-
might think of himself that way.
He's a mercenary leader. I don't know if he's like a leader of a company or just a team. So he's kind of full of himself.
Can you mention something
He's
about like
competent.
5,000.
And he very quickly realized, when his pet teleporter was gone, he surrendered immediately.
Right.
He's very sensible.
Okay.
He's not evil. He's just an opportunist.
And
So
also,
would he be going in
he's-
that direction anyway?
He's drought.
He wants to go
Yeah,
there.
He wants
this
to
is his
go
fault.
there,
Yeah,
so that's kind of like a.
Mhm.
You're already headed there. We know that's where you're going. You might as well take us with you. Get some money for it.
And
kind of thing.
we did decide not to kill him. Let's not forget. That's part of the.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's like
And
I
we
probably
decided
shouldn't threaten. Like we could just kill you now
No,
if you.
It's part of the context, and we also decided not to imprison him. Right? In theory, we could just imprison him and be done with it. So.
I mean, we've
Joff's
technically-
welfare is directly tied to his.
He also said that his welfare is directly tied to Geoff's.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
that's this bit.
I'm half expecting us to accept him into the party, and Riley just walks in and goes, "Well, here's my new character." I would not be surprised by this.
Jarlaxle's implication when he said that is if you hurt Jarlaxle will insist on that hurt being inflicted on Geoff.
Okay. You guys have
That's my understanding.
Okay.
to the letter.
Alright, so you folks have a great
That's why he
time
was asking, like,
negotiating
you were
with me.
saying that Joff's welfare is tied to Jarlaxle, and he asked, like, oh, if I cut off his finger, you're going to cut off my fingers? You're like, well, no, probably not that. His implication is if you cut off Jarlaxle's finger, he will cut off Joff's finger.
They will know.
Well, no, like
When they find
when
out.
they
one way,
okay,
yeah,
I
one
see.
way or another.
It's
Yeah.
like, is there some sort of link there?
There's no reason to
communication
think
between
that.
them.
It is not a literal psychic bond.
Okay.
It is more of like a, don't hurt me, and I will not insist on hurting you.
My people will find out and then.
Okay.
Or might
He
find
has
out.
been disarmed.
As far as we know.
And I mean, he was. That's up to the house guard. He has a magic item on him, and it's a translator.
Okay.
It's a little brooch.
So he understands any language that you speak.
He understands common,
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, no,
Only
correction.
common.
Yeah,
exclusively
Okay.
common.
Let
It's
them
currently
speak and
two.
understand common the thing.
Okay.
The amulet can be tuned to any known language,
Sorry, that's what I was thinking.
but
Once a day, you found out.
once, yeah, I think it was like at dawn, basically, it would be chosen.
Yeah.
It would be for that day.
Okay. So our last interaction with him, he said 1250 if we want Geoff back, and then we kind of threw him into a cell and said
He's in a room.
A bedroom.
Okay, a
Yeah,
room.
guest
A
bedroom.
room with no
He's-
A
windows.
cell
He's-
bedroom.
he's
I
calling
mean,
his
he's
heels.
under
Yeah,
guard. Like,
yeah.
he can't leave.
I mean, he can.
Well, okay.
He's not permitted to leave.
Yes, if he decides to, he can leave.
He is shown
Okay, so he's
skill.
he
He's
is
competent.
He's not trapped. Like, okay,
No, he's not behind bars or nothing.
okay.
Get your shoes on. I have to take Rose now.
Well,
All right, you ready to give this a go?
You guys have fun with
Guess
that.
so.
I'm going to not be in the room. Because I'm
do
realizing
the
that's
rest
a
of
bad
you guys want to come in? To chime in.
I was going to ask if you wanted.
I think you should. You're a good negotiator. I feel like you should come in too. And
Just don't rely on me for rolls. Sure.
we can like.
I can be like present in the
I
background.
feel like you can jump in with like good information since I wasn't here for the last two sessions.
Where do they take their?
I'm happy to be there.
Yeah.
If you need a bad cop, me and Haas seem to have that one down pretty well.
All right. Oh, so you're saying you don't want to be there for that?
No, I said I'm
He
happy.
does.
Or he does. Okay,
I'm
sorry. I
happy.
misheard.
I'm
He
fine
wants
to
to
be
be the
there.
bad cop in the room.
Especially since practically I'm walking out for I'll be gone for like 10 or however many minutes.
So the three of you are going to make your approach up to the stairs. Upstairs, you find the red-headed Vigilar Lentamore, who is kind of like a sergeant equivalent.
Okay, but as we're heading upstairs, do you want the enhancement to your winning personality?
Yes,
Okay,
that would be great.
All right, so then I touch you on the shoulder, say a couple druidic things in druidic.
Fair
And
warning, that renders assistance useless.
that's fine.
As you get up to the door, the red-headed Vigilar and her two guards open up the doors into the guest chamber, and you can see that there are two guards in the room watching the how do I describe him? Like dark bluish black skinned, bald, leather armored Jarlaxle, who is kind of sitting on the bed, just kind of staring out the window. He turns and he sees all three of you come in and says, "Ah." And as he talks, his lips move, and then his voice comes out very kind of robotic, and it doesn't match up with what his lips are saying. Kind of like if somebody were using a Google translator,
Right.
automatically
Okay.
translating as he was
Assistive
talking.
device.
As you step in, he says, so are we here to begin negotiations?"
We are. How are you doing? Is there anything we can get you? Are you comfortable?
It's actually getting quite crowded in here, if you ask me. I think if we're going to have negotiations, it should be equal footing, one-on-one.
Good point. However, if you agree to come with us, and if this happens, you are going to be spending a lot of time with all of us. So I think we're all gonna
I
stay
need
in
you
here.
to make a performance check.
Performance check. Okay.
At advantage, it's a charisma check.
Oh, 5
Roll it again.
plus 6.
Roll it again.
Oh.
Advantage.
Oh,
All your charisma
nice.
checks are
Oh,
advantage. That's what.
Ooh. Gosh. Okay.
First one was better. 11.
Yeah,
Did you say?
11.
5 plus 6.
Yeah.
All right. 11. So as you're kind of talking, he's kind of sizing you up. He's kind of looking at you, and then he kind of tilts his head and presses his hand against the gem. You do not speak Elvish, correct?
I don't think so. Let me double check. I spelled Sylvan and Goblin. No, and Druidic.
Person not in the room.
Yep.
Does Haas have that? He does.
Okay.
He says that.
Okay. Do I know Elvish?
Didn't you say you know Elvish?
I don't think so.
Oh, give me that.
Hosta was
I
Elvish.
think I only know
Is Hosta in the room?
Common and
Oh, yeah.
Rigellin.
Sorry. Hoss is in the room, so as he kind of presses that, he doesn't say this. Instead, he would have said something to like probe to see if you knew Elvish. Your failure to response, he kind of releases the gem, and he says, "I don't think you want your friends here for this part."
Anything that is said between us, I'm going to say to them eventually anyway, so...
Alright.
No secrets between us. They already know my big thing, so...
That you were a slave or that you're addicted?
Addicted? To what?
Do you take a drink in that
To
moment?
love?
That'd be hilarious. Addicted to what?
I don't have a problem. You're just shaking.
You say to what?
Anything...
Don't open it.
Oh, okay.
Just read the side.
Oh, no, I... Which... Should I write this?
Oh, I'm nervous now.
Not yet.
Okay, so I'm not technically...
I assumed
Well, I
you
guess
were doing
I
it before you got
have.
here.
What? You're saying that, not Jarlaxle.
Right,
saying
Right, the
Correct.
DM is saying
Yeah, okay.
So the Jarlaxle is reading something off of her.
You can say anything you want in front of them. I don't really care if they know anything about me. At this point, we've all been through a lot together, so you can say it if you want to. You can not say it, but these are my friends. We are going to rescue our friends, so yeah.
Oh,
If you want to start talking about that, you can, or we can start talking about money, which is, I think, what you're really interested in.
I'm interested in people. Because once you know how people work, you can get all their money. He's kind of looking at Bruce a little bit.
Oh, is he? Yeah, I know people. Come on, let's just keep this
Well,
moving.
we are prepared to offer you 600 gold to take us there. We know you're already heading that direction anyway. We know you have the skills to get us there. So how about we just go for it?
And yet you insult my skills by giving me such a low cost.
I think that's a fairly decent price, considering you're already interested in going that way. You're just escorting us along the way. I know you do have the skills,
Yeah.
but
Do you know where you're going?
no, we don't,
Do you
which is
know-
why we want your services.
Do you
but
know what is down there?
we have some vague ideas, yes.
Yeah, I have a much stronger idea, and I know how much I'm worth.
Well,
So do you have a counter offer?
yeah. What are you...
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 11
Roll twice.
plus 20.
Advantage.
Oh, okay. Right.
Our characters may be more charming than we
Okay.
are.
All right. So 20.
It was the higher of the two.
He says,
Uh-oh. Cracking open a book.
He summons a beholder.
bam.
Did you want the screen door or the main door?
Main door closed. When it starts to get a little too stuffy in here, I'm gonna throw everything open. But right now, we'll keep it sealed. Alright. Should not have skipped dinner. I'm a little dizzy.
With some pretzels.
No, I've had enough carbs. He says, well, Jarlax will mention something about Jasmal being addicted. Well, you certainly all seem like a very interesting bunch.
We are.
So,
You'll have fun with us, honestly.
We've got
Or a barrel of laughs.
we've got the slave keeping secrets. We've got the man of the north
The beast.
who's
If
walking
you-
around like he's seen things. How old are you anyway?
Old as the hills.
You're a bad liar.
That is true. I am a bad liar. Never had much use for it.
And then we've got a walking that.
Awesome guy.
Automaton works.
I'm sure it does. All going to rescue a halfling who charged face first into a giant walking aberration.
He is brave and dear to our hearts.
He would do the same for us.
He's
That's one
certainly
thing.
He's certainly one of those.
I noticed him leaving,
I would be willing.
I noticed him leaving out Lysander, who's not in the room right now. Yeah. He's just like, not even out.
I'm willing to drop my price for being a guide to 1,000 gold
1,000 gold.
up front.
See, the upfront thing is a little bit suspicious to us. We are a pretty trustworthy bunch, which you can see we didn't kill you or do anything terrible to
I
you.
literally met you 2 hours ago.
We're good people. We didn't kill you, so...
I mean, yeah, but it remains to be seen whether that was good or foolish.
Yeah, we're
You
trying to
guys
get
think-
from you reasons to think it's not foolish to leave you alive. You hit it
Yeah.
squarely on the head.
See, here's how this works. I am going back home. You can come with me if you can. If not, good luck. We'll see you on the other side.
What would you say to 800? We're willing.
Not
for that.
unreasonable people.
Yeah. We can see you know what you're doing. We can see you've got a strong will. We think you'd be a good person to have with us.
Do you know how I became leader of a 5,000 strong mercenary company?
No, I'd love to hear the story if you want to share.
Well, I'll sum it up in a single sentence. I keep my word. And I
Okay.
don't bend to lesser people. 1,000 gold up front, and I'll see you safely to Manfaldareth.
What do you say, gentlemen?
I'm not in the room.
Not you. Who said that? Shh, go on, Lysander.
Just Lysander opens the door.
Does fuck off.
Don't ruin this. Come on.
No, I don't actually do that.
Does Noah want to play one of the 2 guards who were left in the room because everyone refused to leave?
Yeah. Let's go back one more time and talk about it for a minute or two, and then we'll get you a final answer if that's really as far as you're going.
I mean, you can always sweeten the pot in other ways.
Yeah, are there other things you're interested in? Not quite clear what's your currency.
Make an insight check.
Oh my.
Oh, God. 2 plus.
Perfect.
Nothing.
He kind of looks over at Jasmal and he says, well, I could certainly think of a couple of things.
Such as...
Hostas.
The DM is not going to say because there are children present.
Oh, jeez.
Do you understand
right.
what not being a slave means?
We're gonna go outside and talk now.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Did you want to make an insight check?
Sure, yeah, I wasn't sure if you'd let me, but I do want to. Yeah, that's probably not going to help much. 4. 11. 11 total.
Actually, enough.
Oh.
If you want, Rose, I can turn the chair.
I think she's fine.
No wax seal? Come on.
If you can't read that, I apologize.
No, I can't.
Okay. So the three of you step outside into the hall, and Jarlaxle kind of gives you a wave with his hat and says, "See you in a minute," as he returns his gaze out the window.
Should have said I'll be waiting in
All
my
right.
quarters.
There's not a window.
Yeah, there is.
Wait, I thought
There wasn't a window.
I thought
before.
there wasn't a window
It was an
before.
interior room.
Did he make a window?
Like on purpose. Escape.
Is that one
She
of the
said
things you
there
can do?
was one entrance,
Oh, jeez.
but none of the guest bedrooms
Have
don't
no
have a
window.
window.
Okay.
We should have checked for that because he.
Well, we.
Yeah. All right.
It was supposed to be an interior room.
Yeah, she said one entrance, and you said, okay, I was going to say, make sure it's an interior room, but you didn't, and they're physically
Well,
not.
we.
Either way, he's still in the room. So.
He certainly raised the idea, but they may have contradicted it by saying that
That's
doesn't
possible.
exist. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So
Shall we head out and?
Sure.
Okay.
waiting in the common room.
I'll stretch
and,
you. So.
How'd it go?
Hoss says.
Well, that guy's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
I think it
I
was in
think the price is okay. I think that maybe we do half now, half up front, half on.
Yeah, we're definitely not gonna give it all up front.
Yes.
Did he say anything to you that you want to share, Bruce?
I think the implication at the end was a bargaining tactic. I don't think he's actually interested in you, but I think maybe he was trying to get you off your game, or maybe just like messing with people. I don't know him well enough.
It kind of
But-
seems like that,
But I don't think
whatever.
we even have to.
Well, that's not an
dangerous-
option anyway,
We don't have
guys.
to
Like,
Yeah, but I'm also saying we don't have to deign to respond if you're okay.
Right.
With it. I mean, if you want us
Yeah,
to mess
no.
him up, we'll mess him up. But
no, it's all good. We're
think
just
not
gonna ignore
engaging.
it.
with his type, not engaging is usually better.
Yeah.
So if I'm reading this correctly, because I wasn't there, he asked you on a date?
No. See, Ferris is really sweet, and that was a fun thing. This is a weird guy that we don't know anything about. I think he asked for something less romantic than a date.
Oh my.
For all I know,
Anyway.
I don't even know which way his preferences
Not-
go, so he may have just been
maybe-
messing with you purely. So
Well, either
I
way.
would hope so.
Rose.
So,
Other way.
1,000 is that? Are we willing to give him half of that now? Just agree to it.
Yeah. No. Sure. That,
It should
I like the idea of coming back to the half now. Now we should think for a moment. If he comes back and he's firm on all up front, do we blow up the negotiation or do we cave to that, or do we go to 750 up front or something? You know what I'm saying? Like,
A percentage up front higher than 50 might need to be done depending on how he responds to that.
so 500 up front. If he disagrees, something like 750 up front.
We,
Yeah.
Still
Sure. That's fine.
a lot, but yeah.
is.
Admittedly, it
If he
doesn't-
decides to take it all and run, but hopefully he's not going. I mean, he's going in that direction. Maybe we can just chase him.
Yes, Rose.
Oh yeah, we could totally just go, you know what, no, and then just follow him.
Paul's assuming he really can escape if he needs to.
Right.
Did Bruce think he was lying? So that's. Can I roll insight on that?
Did he say that he could escape?
He said
Well,
something.
he
in the
said
se-
he could
said-
go.
Yeah, I'm
He's
going
going
one way-
either
I'm going one way or the other.
Leaving
Go
one
ahead
way
and
or
make
another.
an insight check.
Sure. Okay, that is a 14.
As far as you could tell, he seems to be telling the truth.
You seem confident.
He did seem confident that he could escape. If
He already disappeared from the room, right? Once.
He hid behind something, but
Oh,
he probably
okay,
has.
so
he,
he-
probably has some hiding abilities and talents.
All right.
Sorry.
So
You know what? Time's ticking. We don't know what poor Geoff might be going through. I say we just go for it.
yeah, but I like
And-
your idea of trying to do the half up front and see
Yeah.
if we can.
Okay, let's give it a shot. See what he goes for. Shall we go back in?
Yep.
All right.
All three of you go back in?
Unless one of you wants to suggest something else.
No, I think it's fine.
I could
All right.
also come in, I'm not sure if he'd be
He's distracted right now, but we can probably assume he'll come in.
No, I'm not
Oh,
distracted.
I
said
thought you were
I'd
trying
come
to
again.
figure something.
Nope, nope.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Hoss, please make an Arcana check.
Sure.
I was also just going to say before you guys head in, can I go ahead and disguise self as one of the guards?
No.
No,
No,
just
you can't.
stay away. I will beat
Wow.
you.
Whoa! Hold on. I thought we were in this together.
16? Okay.
We were until you.
We're not blowing up the
pissed someone else
negotiations
off.
because you're going to sit in, even though because you couldn't talk anyway.
It's hard.
Yeah. We'll fill you in on everything that happens. Maybe this
Maybe-
will be a lesson to you not
Maybe
to.
in some sort of audio form.
Just hand me an MP3 player. Alright, we
It's
put it on
Shinoka.
this.
Yeah.
There was a podcast I listened to for a long time, Major Spoilers, where critical hit, where they ended up having a shorthand when they were trying to catch some NPC up on what had been going on. They handed whoever it was, him or her, these pods.
Oh, the Stone of Recapping.
Yes.
Okay.
Basically the podcast
to
records.
Hoss.
Clever. Oh, the
As
actual
you step
pods.
into the room, that note will make sense. He's kind of standing at the window, looking out and up into the sky, and rolling a coin through his fingers.
Okay. All right.
And he kind of turns to see you all come in and says, "Wow, a little faster than I expected, based on how long you had me trapped in here the last time." Have you reconsidered my offer?
The price we're willing to work with. However, we are only willing to give you half up front, and the rest when we get there.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Please be better. I'm gonna have to switch this stupid dice. Okay, there we go. That's
That's an old dice.
27.
Nice.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, 27.
He kind of rubs a hand and he says, what if I lowered my price but still insisted on upfront?
What'd you lower it to?
Just a hypothetical.
What are your thoughts, guys?
Doesn't make sense to entertain a hypothetical without specifics.
I'll lower my price to 800 in advance.
We're willing to pay you the the 1,000, and it's custom to have a down payment and then full payment.
Yeah.
Your custom.
Yes, our custom, but
It's a little
the full payment would even be if not all of us arrived for whatever reason. But we intend to go the whole way with you, and this is an enticement for you to go the whole way with us. It is customary.
Very well. 500 in advance, 500 up front. Or 500 when you get there. He kind of takes the coin and slips it into a pouch on his belt.
Out of curiosity, what's the nature of the coin? It's magical. But...
It was a gift from one of my associates in my organization.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
So,
When are we going to plan on leaving then?
dawn, right? Night
Well,
sleep, get going, or
yes, but there may have been arrangements that we need to make. If we can't leave at dawn, if there are arrangements that need to be made, if we need to spend a couple more days here, are you amenable to staying here, or is there someplace else you'd prefer to stay? This is, of course, contingent on Lady Stellmain being amenable to you staying here.
Of course. I would probably feel much more comfortable somewhere else.
We're staying at a tavern in the lower city, and you could join us. They're pleasant accommodations,
All right.
and we would cover your fee at the
Well, in
tavern.
that case.
Yeah.
Within a reasonable amount of imbibing.
Oh, of course. As a professional such as myself, it of course makes no sense for me to drink too much. I would never dream of such a thing.
Insight check.
do you need to?
Was the
That's only 12, so maybe he seems to be sincere.
This is one of the only times you have actually been able to pin him down as no, he's full of shit. He is going to eat and drink.
We'll pay for your room and your food.
It's like his per diem.
You can take your drinking out of our down payment.
Are there any critical supplies you would suggest us get together beyond,
That's a good
the
question.
typical things you might take on a grueling journey?
Well, been a long time since I've been up here, so I'm not sure where we're going to end up when we go back. Lots of food, lots of water. For you types, lots of light. Don't really have to worry about weather. It's pretty much always the same down there. You get occasionally caught in these Fairzy storms, but I wouldn't worry about it. I'm probably using the wrong term out of character. It's this really weird spelling that they use for the sort of low-level magic that permeates the plane.
Like a magic storm.
Yeah. There are lots of crevasses and crevices and pits and ledges, so bring rope. And strong will. Don't be afraid of the dark. Strong weapons. You will have to fight. And probably some way to see through illusionary stuff. I know this where Nevelin are very, very trickery. And I have some men on the inside who like to pull their own tricks to keep my interests protected. So,
Okay.
That's
All
useful.
right.
those are the big things, everything.
All right.
Oh. Bring at least 500 gold.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
And also probably more than that, because just about everything down there can be assuaded with a price. Except for what he uses a term that kind of gets a little garbled. Lysander, you would understand it as a bastardization of the Elvish word for maw.
Maw,
Maw.
as in wide open, probably a lot of teeth. If I'm assuming the.
And he says the lowest levels of the world, of the home plane, they are those creatures cannot be reasoned with or negotiated with, but just about everything else can be. You can buy your way out of just about any situation.
Liberal bribery.
I mean, that's how we became such fast friends. He smiles at you.
Yep.
Okay.
Dark hospitality.
Lysander takes off his invisibility cloak that he totally has. No, you guys will fill me in.
So,
Yeah.
I guess we'll see if we can make arrangements to leave to the tavern, or see if we're staying the night, depending on what the custom is in the town.
Okay.
Because at this point, it's very late.
Right.
You're wondering is it too late to check in, basically.
Well, no, I wonder if it's too late to like get a coach to leave the district, or if we have to spend the night here.
Well, you let me know.
Okay.
Until further notice, I'm just gonna... And he's still kind of leaning against the windowsill, which is one of those big, tall windows. Like it's a window, but it also functions as a door onto a small balcony. And he kind of reaches over and grabs a goblet of wine and sips.
Okay.
All right.
We'll give you word one way or the other.
He kind of nods half-heartedly. As the door begins to close, Bruce, you begin to hear him kind of talk to the guards who are still in there. And he's like, no, they're really beautiful. The door closes.
No one's ever called me beautiful before.
Aw.
I become a puppy, then they think I'm beautiful.
Make an insight check, Bruce.
13.
Uh-oh. It's not a good thing, I'm guessing.
Stars.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's what
He lives
that's what
naked.
Bruce figured out that Paul did.
Oh. Aw.
So then Bruce is like,
That's a little endearing.
Oh, damn, I thought he was talking about
And what if we paid him and now he's just gonna sit in the tavern all day and be like, yeah,
there's
we're
a
gonna
reason
leave.
nobody calls Bruce beautiful.
Yes,
Because you got a
not beautiful.
rough beard, long
A
hair.
little unkempt.
Lots of scars.
Not a lot of shaving.
You've cleaned up to an extent.
Yeah, it's true. I'm wearing a suit still, if I remember
Yes,
right.
you are.
I'm wearing
Very
not a
nice
great
suit.
Yeah, a decent suit. You know, I don't think I went for the nicest, but
The cheapest nice suit you can
yeah. Yep. Mhm. All right.
So, because
Montage of a shopping spree.
yeah, like
Well, no, it's still the night of.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
we need to talk to Stelmane and the Archmage.
Also, the Patriarch offer has yet to be decided on.
Right.
So you guys
Do we
feel-
have to decide that before we go?
It's late. I think what happens is we head downstairs and do we meet Lady Stelmane?
She's
She,
down there.
assuming waiting for us.
And you guys fill me in.
Yeah.
All the way down.
Yes. Yeah. As we walk down the steps. Yep.
It's late, but it's not like ridiculously late. It's like Rose's bedtime late.
Oh well. then how?
The equivalent of medieval Rose's bedtime, or the current
I was
Rose's
thinking, I was thinking it'd be like 1 in the morning or something.
No, dinner was at 8,
Okay.
Right.
and then the fight only lasted a minute, and you've been negotiating for maybe half an hour with an hour-long rest.
Oh, okay. So it's
Like 9:30, 10
It's
o'clock.
late evening.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still
It's not like closing time.
Okay.
maybe
But
not shopping, like,
It's
Oh,
definitely,
no.
but
It's not
just
shopping
to get
time.
out
definitely
and
not shopping,
get
but plenty of
to.
talking can still
Okay.
happen.
But
Okay.
okay. So Haas addresses Lady Selmain. Is it? Can we get a coach
I'm looking
back
at the
to
code.
the lower city,
clients.
or is it? Or should we stay here?
Pretty much if you would like to get to the lower city, to your own quarters, pretty much the only way reasonable for you would be by coach. The watch would probably insist on throwing you out.
I didn't know if there were coaches this time of night.
I have a personal coach that I would be able to get ready to send you off.
Okay.
They are used to having to ferry me to and from important meetings late in the evening.
Okay.
And social gatherings and all that.
Yeah. 'Cause I feel like Haas would have an idea, but I don't.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
It is-
share an Uber.
Also, Hoss probably didn't spend a lot of time in Alabama because tensions are kind of high.
Well, no, I've been.
Oh yeah, I guess you did.
I spent like
Spent
a
a fair amount of
few, a
downtime.
few weeks in LA.
Yeah, you did. But mostly in the lower city.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
she says, I have a personal coach that would be able to transport you, at the very least, to the lower city. However, if you would like to stay here, you are, of course, welcome.
Would you like to fill in Lady Stillman?
Yes, we managed to negotiate him down to 1,000. So we have to give him 500 up front. We're going to give him the rest when we get there. So
That is the custom.
we'll need your. Well, he didn't seem to think so, but we got there eventually.
He ran a hard bargain.
He seems to have a preference for staying in a tavern, getting out of here, I guess, and that would put us close to town to buy our supplies. So
I assume that you wouldn't necessarily want him here.
I would prefer him
Yes.
out of my house. I would prefer him 6 feet under my house.
we understand that, but
But
who knows what'll happen on
But
this adventure?
he's useful.
yes, and I am willing to put my feelings aside in that regard. But my feelings will not change on that man.
Yeah. We understand.
I'm realizing that we're going to the place. Well, first off, we're going to the place in between the Drow territory and the territory of the things that tried to control you. Is there anything in particular you would like us to do while we're down there? If not, destroy an entire civilization, which we probably can't do.
I would like you to find a way to put a stop to these tentacled creatures' attacks on me and mine,
Okay.
because this is the second attempt.
Mm-hmm.
If these wards haven't been preventing other attacks. I mean, you don't hire a mercenary band and send it after me if you yourself have already failed.
Mm.
Unless you yourself have already failed, is what she meant to say.
Right.
So in other words, take out some infrastructure, crack some kneecaps, or do Illithids have kneecaps? They probably do.
Yes, they do.
Wait, why does she know that?
She saw
Research.
one
I spent
up
a year
close and
under his
personal.
personal control.
Oh, sorry, no, that's fair.
She saw us sit down at some point.
In any case, okay.
And in terms of, I would prefer it if you can eliminate its abilities to do what it's trying to do to me and to everybody, but at the very least, at least disable it for some time.
And find out what's going on.
I'm not sure
Makes
about.
sense.
I'll be honest. I'm not sure to what extent we can affect this operation, depending on how large it is. But we can definitely make a dent.
And hopefully get some answers at the very least.
So, we'll take whatever resources that you and the Archmage can provide. I know that we have to travel to Voxleon for the next part of our trip. But we should get whatever
Do we?
we
He
need
did
to.
imply that gold would be handy down there too in getting out of situations. I know you've already been very generous, but all our funds are going to him.
The 1,000 that I paid you with was the most I could come up with for something like this. Anything more than that, and I have to start liquidating assets, drawing attention. They take time, and that attention is not something we need.
We appreciate it.
Fair enough. We understand.
Okay.
Well,
Boxley Island's where the teleportation circle is that
Yeah,
right?
in the Mages Guild. The one that we found in Vargussel's office. It has been repaired.
Worked so well last time.
Well, I suppose we should get out of here
Archmage
then.
Vargussel kind of perks out. It allowed me to show up just in time to help you.
Yeah, it's true. I might be.
That's fair.
Actually, is Paul thinking of the other circle that the demon came through and the blood on the floor? Was that Vargussel circle?
That was Vargussel's circle, but he did mention that he fixed it.
Okay.
Yeah, it had been deliberately damaged.
Yeah, that's true.
He mentioned Archmage Vargussel also mentions that if you wished. Oh. Okay. 7 falls, so that will be a 13th. Okay, so. Alright. Archmage Vargussel mentions that if you wish to return to Voxel quickly, he can teleport you there.
Okay.
And then once you're there, he can teleport you using the teleportation circle.
So no need
Which
to
is,
do the wagon.
Sounds
and the
good.
teleportation circles tend to be more direct.
More accurate.
Yeah,
That's a good thing.
as long as you know the sequence of where you're going.
Yeah. When I had teleportation briefly, that the idea of like how to create a permanent teleportation circle, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wait, when did you have this?
When it was a different campaign, it was an
okay.
incredibly high level.
From the horror game?
Yeah,
The sorcerer?
it was a sorcerer.
Wild
yeah.
magic sorcerer.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Haas. I'm like, when did Haas
No.
have the ability to make
Nope, Haas
permanent
didn't.
teleportation circles?
But Haas did
Haas has teleported at times, also,
Okay.
but not through my own means.
Okay.
but Archmage Vargussel is high enough level to do teleport, which can put you somewhere, but doesn't require a circle, and he is then naturally able to do teleportation circle, which is lower level, but is a 1-to-1 type thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hypothetically, if you went, he could, like the reason I was checking that is he can teleport you to Voxdown and then immediately teleport you to his friend in
Under the car.
Gotcha.
Yeah, going circle to circle is easy. It's like you have the phone number, and the way to
Stargate.
yeah,
It's a Stargate.
the way to make a teleportation circle is you cast teleport 100 times.
Oh, wow.
And basically,
Is that still true in 5th edition?
if you think about
That sounds like a 3.5.
well, that's the way it is in 5th edition.
Teleportation circle. You can create a permanent teleportation circle by casting this spell in the same location every day for 1 year.
For
You
one
cannot
year,
use
right?
the circle to teleport when you cast a spell. So basically, you just have to sacrifice a slot every day for a year.
And you establish a permanent thing, and it's like wearing a path. It's like now this is a place where teleportation can be done from easily.
That's pretty awesome.
So
Intense.
I just realized you just teleport us right now, and we could sleep overnight in Vox Leon.
Okay, but all our stuff is at the tavern.
Oh yeah.
Also, I used my teleportation to get here.
That's fair.
Um,
Oh yeah, you're not a spontaneous caster.
the
Has to rest up.
the business of becoming a
Actually, I wasn't spontaneous, but there's slots.
priory
Patriarch.
what did you want to discuss along those lines?
Well, I would first need someone to accept the offer, and once they'd accepted the offer, you would need to spend. I would handle this while you dealt with your situation. I would help to establish a town or a state, what she's trying to say, under your name, whatever name you chose, as well as electing a second to handle the negotiations and interpersonal relations that would be required of someone of your stature. There would probably be some sort of ceremony where you would be introduced to the patriarchs and the 4 ruling lords. But
Would
I
this
believe-
have to be before we leave? So
Well-
we're kind of in a time crunch
Well,
at the moment.
Assuming someone accepts
Right.
her offer, the wheels would set in motion. I would love to become a patriarch. However, it may be easier for you and more appropriate if perhaps Desmond would be here.
And it would be something that would take time to prepare for, so you could feasibly finish your business with these creatures first. But it would give you more clout and the like.
Well, I'd be willing to accept it.
It would.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Nice.
Do you have a second who can handle your estates in mind, or should I choose someone for you?
I just moved here, like, a little while ago.
So I will.
Snivelly? He's kind of like, I don't know if he's really
I
a
don't know, I shall
political.
move up in the world.
I mean, I do trust him. He's a
your
good guy.
He runs his own establishment. He has business sense.
You could pose the idea to Snivelly Infamous. He's pretty much my only friend here. But if you have someone, besides you wonderful people, of course.
That is also technically not true. You have those 3 dwarves
You have to
and
trust
yeah.
the Thieves Guild.
I don't know if we want to get them
The
involved.
Thieves
Okay.
Guild. That
Okay.
one guy, the old guy, who was offering you a ride, but he chose not to.
Right. No,
It's fine.
I was joking around,
Oh,
but I know
give Ferris
I
a
have
job.
a few other.
When you said Snivelly, I was thinking Ferris.
I was thinking
Man.
Yeah.
either or. Ferris would actually be. I gotta pay him back. Yeah, he helped.
Perhaps I will find someone who can do the job for you.
Suggest something.
I have an eclectic band of
We don't know anyone
friends.
good.
And what name would you give yourself?
I don't know. Good question.
Did you get a title?
Like,
Well,
Her title
and
is
a name.
Patria.
I've pretty much just been Jasmal my whole life. I don't know how to answer this question.
No family name.
No. I was a little
So
orphan.
then traditional to apply an
orphan child.
honorific. Jasmal the
I don't even
Charming,
have a last
Jasmal. You usually apply
An honorific may be
Epitaph.
the southern, the
an honorific may be suitable for you once you become patriarch, but you need a family name because you and yours will be carrying that name until you lose your status.
sand.
Yeah, that works.
Jasmal Sand.
Sure.
Very well.
Thanks, Bruce. I was drawing a blank there. This is a big deal for me.
Using
I'm an orphan.
Paul's using the Game of Thrones.
There we go.
Sand, snow, storm.
I hate sand.
Yes.
It's everywhere. Gets everywhere.
It's come up so much in my life lately.
Yes. Always in Pirates Cove.
Yes.
Usually because of me, to be fair.
Hello there.
I'm actually generally okay with that because that's kind of badass. But,
What, sand?
no. Hello there. That line from Obi-Wan Kenobi when he drops down
It's
to
the
fight General
one
Grievous.
good line he has.
Obi-Wan is awesome. And I will fight anyone who tries to
I want to say
disagree.
the Obi-Wan
I enjoyed
standalone might be
him
fun.
through the whole, like all the prequels. I thought he was well done, and Ewan McGregor did a kick-ass job.
Yeah.
With a
He did
terrible
being a
script.
consistent actor.
He's the one guy who did really well, and everyone else is just kind of like, oh, Sandra's course in there.
It is-
Shoot, what's his name?
It is patently obvious, due to the acting of Samuel Jackson, Hayden Christensen, and Ewan McGregor, that there were problems with the director and the scriptwriter.
Yeah.
Dooku, what's his name?
Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee.
A lot of
in
good
peace.
He
actors.
chewed on the scenery, but that's his thing. He did very well.
He did a pretty great job.
Christopher Lee is awesome.
if you want-
Saruman, Dracula.
Yeah.
Like, he is
James
awesome.
He
Bond.
had his own
James
metal band
Bond,
until
yes.
he died.
You got to be Bond?
No, Man with the Golden Gun.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
Oh, was that him?
he was James Bond
When?
When?
in World War II.
Oh, he was literally...
Oh,
He was literally Her Majesty's Secret Service agent. He
was
knew
the
how
guy.
to how a
He-
guy who gets stabbed in the back sounds.
He and
To the
Ian,
point that
Right.
he gave Peter Jackson directing.
he and Ian Fleming were friends,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
and like James Bond's a bit based on Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee is awesome. Also, Christopher Lee was like a heavy metal.
Yeah, that
Singer.
was
I'm
weird.
saying, yeah, until he
He had
died, he
an
was in a
album
band.
released.
And it's actually pretty great.
Metal.
He had fun. Christopher Lee had fun being Christopher Lee.
Yeah, as anyone would.
A hell of a
Anyways,
guy.
so
Anyway.
Lady Stelmane,
There goes our vigil.
she questions your sense of using an honorific such as sand, but she will acquiesce to your choice. And she says that she will
I'm
begin
willing to do something else, but I just
Is there something you like better about your homeland that might be
no,
than
I
sand?
hate it there. No, I mean,
They're really glad to be here. Jasmel, they're really glad to
yes.
be here.
Jazz Malaby, oh, thank you so much.
They're grateful.
Perhaps. So I will begin getting things in motion. I will be summoning an architect, and workers to begin building an estate within the city for you.
Oh, wow. She's going all out on this.
Once,
I feel like I should have free in the last name. Now that I'm free.
if you wish to
the
change
free?
your name,
Free sand.
Free sand. Sand free.
Sand free.
It works on several levels.
Actually, that's kind of cool.
That's not a bad one at all, yeah.
Freeman,
I love how
free
everything's
people.
been derailed by one question.
What's your last name?
But it's character development in
Yes.
a sense.
I mean, I'm
Free
just,
man.
It's very important.
I'm just
Fremen?
Lysander.
Fremen?
People keep asking me my last name.
Oh.
Fremen.
Badass from the desert, got the whole dude
Oh
thing going
my
on.
god.
Yeah.
Given the time
spice
it will
must
take
flow.
to get this estate
That's where the name
established,
Fremen
I will
comes
be
from.
able
I know.
to front the money,
That's why I had that
but
big
once
action. I'm
you've
just like,
returned and fully accepted your role,
great.
there will be some sort of expected compensation.
From the
Okay.
incomes of the position.
I'm essentially I will give you a loan to get things started for you.
I'm saying being a patriarch, she'll have some access to some other ways of making money than
Right.
just
Well,
her normal
of
busking
course.
or whatever.
There are ways.
Okay.
The most common is business practices.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you could of course always be a poor patriarch.
You want some art?
Oh no, you get to be a starving artist. Oh wait, no, you're pointing at me.
He's a patron.
Yeah. You were just saying you want
I'm saying,
to establish your guild in the city.
You have inns. You would have
How
inns
you
having
come
a
up with your money
petra
as
as
your
a friend.
business.
Oh,
I will get things in motion.
And you have to
I
take,
just wish to
when we
be
get back to
perfectly
Luxleon, you got to take some
upfront
time to take care of
that this is a loan.
that business.
Okay.
I am
yeah.
not.
Which, by the way, I need
I'm
to
not
actually
paying.
read the
I'm gonna
document that I never read that he
Have
wrote.
to get something
Facebook.
going. All right. Fair enough.
Oh, yes.
Never read
You
that.
don't get to
Speaking
live
of
in a
which,
mansion
download
for
that.
free, dear.
Damn it. Fair enough.
Is there any other business we needed to discuss?
I think not this evening. I think we've touched everything.
I certainly hope. Lysander,
Yep.
I have not forgotten that snippet about a servant who disappeared in the night.
I
Your servant?
never
That
respond, not in real time.
that I
That's
don't
no,
Is
know.
there,
Not
is there
sure.
something you wish to tell me?
Do you want to grab the iPad
Oh, no,
out
it's-
of the bag?
I apologize. No, it's more that I was remembering a friend who wanted to come with us, and I thought that we had brought her. Did we lose her with
Hoss,
transport?
I will remind
It
you,
got-
your flaw is spilling secrets.
Fairly chaotic back there.
Oh, I should have taken that as a flaw. That's like a best flaw. You can get inspiration.
Okay, I
Don't you
That's
dare.
not the way I've been playing that though. I've been playing like I will start talking, I will start talking, and I'll just
never did read that.
like I will give someone far too many details
Okay.
of what I'm like I will give like we'll talk to somebody and I need to tell them A, and I'll tell them A through D of like what I've been doing for the last week.
You inform them without their consent.
I mean, I tend to do
I
that in real life.
That's
The way-
starting to sound more like a personality trait and less like a flaw, but okay.
It could get us in trouble, and it has.
Lysander, go ahead and make a deception check.
Yeah, let me do that. Drink for luck, although it's just water.
Oh wait, there you go.
Kiss your sister for
I
luck.
already did it.
Oh no, Luke does that.
I did it all
Not
for you.
bad. 15. I could use my inspiration on this. So I want to use the inspiration on this.
Might be a good idea. What did you say?
I'm going to use my inspiration on this.
Okay.
So 15 or
A 50-50 chance of getting better.
a horrible no.
Oh.
15 is
No
the
better.
highest.
15?
Yeah.
She looks at you up and down. She says, alright. If there's nothing more we need to discuss, and there's nothing more.
I don't think we're good to go.
Can I roll insight to see if I think she saw through that?
Can I also roll?
Let's just get
Go
out of here,
ahead and
guys.
make a deception check.
Poor.
Only 11.
She totally bought it.
Oh
As
my
far as
god.
you- was that
Can
a
we
natural
just
one?
go
No,
safe
that's a 4
job?
plus 7.
I'm very stressed
I
out right
assume
now.
your insight is just awesome.
Plus 7. It's still pretty awesome. But.
It is. As far as you can tell, she seemed to believe it.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
But you did roll.
Yeah. And she didn't seem completely convinced, so. She seemed suspicious at some point. Are you getting by or just.
No, I'll just grab a chip.
Okay. Alright,
I feel
moving
like
on.
an idiot.
Yeah.
I'll order that out.
What did you say?
Oh, sorry, no. During the last session,
He didn't
I,
say it, I did. I said
Oh,
I called
okay.
out for the.
Oh, no, I thought that I also did.
Maybe we both did.
I think we both.
Well,
even
you
though I was
said
more
you
loud.
said what happened to our friend.
Yeah, and she caught onto it and thought,
Which-
"Oh, friend, who? What?" It's like,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
our friend
boy.
who was here,
Also-
and she said, "Well, you mean your servant?"
Honestly, that was me blanking on whether or not she was in the scene and asking us as a group, and then he pops in and goes, "Oh yeah, she's in the room." Like, crap.
You were all in a room together.
Oh
You
my
literally
God.
nobody left the room.
Again, that was me blanking.
It was a
on it.
closed door
Oh,
mystery.
boy.
This
Well.
was Noah being very tired.
I'm gonna
and
get
then
fired
going,
really
Remember,
quick.
raise the fist.
I really got to get used to doing that.
Also, if you raise the fist, it should try and be for out of character things.
I know.
So, okay.
So, like, right now, we should just have our fists up the entire time.
Yes. So, unless there is something else you need to discuss with Lady Snowmane, she bids you good night, and she will make her way up to her room after telling Sir Kilgrave, the dwarf major domo, to ready the carriage for your departure.
And our friend joins us.
Yes, Darlax will come down from the room, and he's kind of flanked by the guards, talking to them just about nothing in particular. He strides in with a little bit of swagger as he sees you all, and he says, "Ah, my new friends. Ah, we ready to hit the town?
Yes.
The night is young, and full of joy."
So high.
That is dark and full of terrors.
"Ah, but you merely adopted the dark."
I was born in it.
I mean, he has a translator. We could just put it up to his mouth.
The dwarf brings the carriage around. It has a driver and a footman who opens the carriage. You still have your note. It's in the drawer. In
Right.
case you are stopped.
Yep.
But you will likely not be stopped because you have a personal carriage like this. You make your way through the outer city. The driver asked you where you're going. I assume you said Snively Infamous
Yep.
Tavern of Horrors. Since the driver is a good driver, he takes you all the way to Snively Infamous's. It takes you half an hour to an hour to cross the whole city. You arrive the docks. Time for music change.
Shanties, all shanties.
Yes, all shanties. Smell of fish is kind of hanging because you're near the docks. You notice boys who light candles, like the street lamps, are making their way through and checking the candles and making sure they're lit, so it's well lit as you make your way through. The streets are mostly empty, but you do notice an increase in the Flaming Fist mercenary police that patrol the lower section.
More than usual.
More than you'd seen, because you don't usually travel at night. You normally
Okay.
travel during the day.
Oh, yeah.
When crime happens, less. So there's usually less patrols. Arriving outside the tavern, make your way in. It's a little bit more bustling than you're used to. It seems to have been catching on a little bit, as though people are kind of enjoying it. Also, you can see a sign hanging from one of the horns on the Great Green Devil. It says, "New House Brew. Try your luck."
That's amusing.
As you open up the doors, Jezebel, your puppy, begins barking at...
Lysander too!
Give it another name.
No!
No,
I feel like I'm being replaced.
that's only because
You're replaced.
No, it's...
It's an homage.
Yeah.
You're being augmented.
Jarlaxle looks at the very, very cute puppy and says, "Aw."
This is Lysander too. You'll probably like him better than the actual Lysander.
I like Lysander 1.
Did you?
Lysander 2 is, he can't mind whammy, I'm assuming. Can he mind whammy?
Lysander
Apparently,
two?
he's got
Yeah,
your face.
Lysander 2 mind whammy?
Apparently,
Yes, it's a puppy.
Sometimes.
I was gonna say it has your favor already. Therefore,
He kind of gives you a look.
if he rolled low enough on that insight check or whatever he just rolled, would he have just stabbed the puppy at this point? Mind control.
I think if he'd rolled
Dude,
high
if you
enough,
stabbed
might
my puppy, there would have been problems.
Yeah. Would have got dark really quickly.
Anyways,
That's how Keanu started, was they stole his
yeah.
kitten.
It would be. It would become.
And John Wick.
John Wick,
John
Yeah.
killed the dog, yep.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I killed the dog.
Snively Infamous gives you all a greeting, and people are just kind of milling about.
All right.
Some
I
of
want to
it-
try my luck, Snibbly. I can't resist
You
here.
have a high perception, right?
Maybe.
Define high.
What is your passive perception?
Mine 17.
Only 17. That's not that high. But no, it is stupid high. You make your way up to the bar. You notice a somewhat familiar face sitting at a table.
Oh, God damn it. What's his name?
It's a her.
Rodrigo? Oh, no. Oh. It's not the guy hunting you. That's a change.
That's good, because I was about to
That's a
go
change.
It's
drink
generic, isn't it?
alcohol.
You barely caught a glimpse of this woman as she left your room in the middle of the night after meeting with Jasmine in secret.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh, she's back.
Roll a
Okay.
d100.
Oh, okay. That's
2d10.
2 of these.
Yeah,
Okay.
one with a double digit and one with a single digit.
Oh, jeez.
Is it
93.
93?
Wow.
93. Where is it? Okay. You sip the beer. It is a delicious beer. As you do so, you feel your arm go completely numb.
Oh, great. My dominant arm?
No, are you right-handed?
Yeah.
Then yes.
Oh. Well, great.
Your right hand goes completely
crap.
numb and just does not work.
Uh,
Do you know what this is in reference to?
I know exactly what this is in reference to. Blessings of the Green Devil.
Simply says, don't worry, it wears off.
After how long?
Minute.
Okay.
As it begins to wear off, you can kind of feel the sensation comes back, but it feels like it's coming out of like a really nice warm bath. So it actually kind
Okay.
of feels pretty good.
Ooh.
Super relaxed.
Thanks,
Chill hands.
Snivelly. You're the best.
And
You
kind
almost became my second in command for something, but don't worry about it. It's not really happening.
Aw, okay.
Would have been a lot of paperwork, I think.
Yeah, I don't think you would have wanted
I've
to.
never owned a tavern.
Oh, that is my future. I just had a vision.
At this point, he kind of ducks off over towards the kitchen, and starts prepping some food for one of the other patrons.
Hey, Rose.
Okay.
Can you eat some more of your dinner, please?
We're gonna push the Patriarch assistant thing on him or no?
Jarlax will kind
No,
of
I was just kidding around with him. I think she's gonna pick someone better.
Jarlax will kind of looks around, sits down at a bar or at the bar, waves over Snivelly and asks him for a glass of strong wine.
So this is the one who was faking to be their servant?
Yes,
You can do it over there.
she's there
For
apparently.
now, just
This
eat some more pizza. Okay?
Okay.
This isn't the one who was faking to being the servant. This is the one who commanded her to be your
Give
servant.
you...
Oh,
The older lady, right?
Right. And you notice,
oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I thought it was the.
She throws gang signs her way.
yeah,
I don't know the games.
But have only Paul noticed her so far, or at this
only
point?
Paul has noticed her.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's a very
Yeah, I look over to you and say, yeah, looks like your friend's back.
Oh. Okay.
go ahead and make a perception check at this point. Not you, Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's that, 9? 11.
Okay. As you kind of peer around the bar, you recognize a similar situation when you were on your date with Ferris. Nine Fingers does not travel alone. She travels with 6 very
Right.
competent lady assassins.
Okay.
I'd watch that show.
Yeah.
9 Fingers and the lady assassins?
Yeah, totally. Fox Force 5.
Fox Force 9.
Yes, yeah.
So you recognize that some of the extra bustle
Maybe you'll be
probably
doing
caused
something.
from that.
Okay.
Oh, it has an activity. This is read. Whoop, whoop, yep. Stop.
So maybe I'll just like make eye contact and just like nod to her and see if she wants to talk to me or if she's here for me.
Might just be here for
If
the
not,
new brew.
if not, I'm just gonna kind of keep my distance and yeah.
As you kind of lock eyes, she gives you a nod in return, and then with her 9 fingers, with her
That
missing
it
finger
has
hand, she
a
kind of
activity.
All right, I will go on
I have to
over.
do that
Alone?
activity.
Maybe more of a.
Well,
That's a good activity.
I mean, I was alone at the bar, right? Or I don't think anyone followed me up there.
I don't know.
Or did you?
Haas went to the table.
Hoss picked a table, so he was kind of off in the distance.
I say, give a shout if you need company.
Okay,
So
you're
probably-
welcome to
They probably went up to the
join.
bar to inform
Right.
you that he'd seen her.
Yeah.
Right,
Then I say,
right.
give a shout if you need
Well,
company.
Okay.
Either one.
Jarlaxle seems uninterested in leaving where
That
he
one's a
is.
little smaller,
He's just
you're
kind
right.
of set up and
No
Drinking.
No one's
I saw
Probably
that
order some food.
one.
Drow drinking the new brew.
No,
It
actually,
is
he tried a
mostly cheese.
wine.
Okay.
You
Oh,
know,
I missed that. Yeah.
How do you do?
This is to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
okay.
figures.
She says, doing much better. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm good. A little bit concerned about the fact that the person I escorted in disappeared. I hope it doesn't badly affect me or especially my friends who agreed to let her come in, but
I would not worry.
that's what you said. I hope that it's true.
She kind of hides a smile as she
I,
sips a tankard full of some liquid.
I was a thief, though. That's how we're buddies, so you can understand why I'm concerned. I hang with some nice people, and
You don't want to be
yes,
associated.
which I said to you before
Indeed.
we got into business, so hopefully.
But you have been making a name for yourself using my organization. So it was good of you to pay some of your debt back.
Yes.
And I wouldn't worry about being found out. Wilsa has already made her escape from the estate.
Good.
All right.
The mission was a success.
Play that you.
Is there anything else you wanted to discuss?
She kind of, no, not that.
Too much.
She kind of leans forward slightly, and then as she takes a sip from her water, she sets it down at the midway point of the table, and there's a small bag.
Ooh.
Coins jingle? Does it jingle?
Should
do
I
not-
open it
They do not jingle
now?
with coin. And she says, if you wish to, they are yours. Do a job, get paid. You open it up, and inside you see a small collection of gems.
Some guy's here.
We do need money. Will this, I imagine this would continue to keep our relationship going for longer? I thought that was a debt clearing.
My dear. That's not how that works.
You've been a criminal before, have you?
Well. Oh boy.
You don't want to be associated with, you don't want it getting out that you've helped the chessboard infiltrate Lady Stoneman's estate.
Jeez.
If you do not wish to take the money, that's fine. But our relationship's not over.
Well, I guess I'm gonna take the money because maybe it can help my friends.
That would be very wise, my dear.
All right. Thank you.
That
Have a
is-
good night.
She says, yes, that is all I needed to discuss with you. Have a good evening.
Crap.
Talk soon.
Yes. Thanks.
She kind of turns slightly to sort of dismiss you. She gives off the body language of dismissal, not like a physical get out of here.
Yeah.
Like we're done.
Roll insight to see if you recognize your conversations.
All right. Well, I guess I'll come back to the bar and be like, "Oh, guys."
They're
Okay.
at the table.
Well, or are you still at? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'll
they
come
all
to the
gathered up at
table.
the
Yeah, I'd say with him.
If you want, you can go talk
Well.
to Troll Axel about it. He's at the
No, I don't want to talk to him.
Very understanding.
Hey, Joe Small, what's with the bag?
Well, in the interest of full disclosure to you guys, I may have dug myself into a little bit of a hole with this Lady Nine Fingers. I got a bunch of money, which will hopefully be helpful for us, but I think I'm getting further ensnared, and I'm sorry.
Should I run away
But-
right now?
I mean, Lysander, you of all people should understand about slippery slopes and getting sucked in to
Yeah, and I slipped away from that slope a while ago.
You grabbed a root branch on your way down, is what you did.
Anyway.
Just be careful. I'm not going to worry about Nine Fingers if we're mostly worrying about these mind beasts.
Yes.
I mean, I think the lesser two evils.
I think
just,
it may get complicated
just
if I
be,
come
be
back
aware.
here.
Everything. I'm sure you're aware, but keep squarely in mind everything's got a cost.
Yeah, I am very aware, and I just wanted to let you guys know. So
Yep, appreciate it.
Oh, as long
it could
as
get
it's not for
dicey
me.
when we get back. I don't know what she's gonna ask me to do. Obviously,
Now
she
you're a
already.
patriarch.
Yes,
Corruption.
it's getting becoming
even
a
wait in-
tangled web.
Didn't even wait one night before being a corrupt politician.
I know. Yep.
I'm so glad it worked out that way.
You just sensed power and you went right for it.
Well, I grew up an orphan.
Let's see what's up for grabs.
Then became a slave. I've had a hard life, and I saw something shiny, and
I was doing Ray and going through the dark side place in the island like immediately.
I went pretty quick. I'm
Yes.
sorry, guys. She was the first person I met here. It got away from me.
Okay, so the first person you met here was really, really nice, and then had you start doing stuff she didn't.
She didn't have me start doing stuff right away. We just played a game.
A game of chess.
She helped you get a creepy guy.
But then
No,
she
wait, what was that a
dropping
good date? I don't
this
remember which was
name.
which. Did she help you
What?
with a date with Ferris? Or?
She helped me not get killed when Ferris's friends came up to cause trouble.
Yes, okay.
Ferris's friend's looking for Lysander.
Yes!
It all ties back.
See? So it's his fault.
As long as we know who's to blame.
I accepted the help so that Ferris didn't get killed because of things you had done.
You also used your relationship with the organization to sell
Right.
stuff from the mansion.
That's
which
true.
Is part of the reason.
Which
she
was to help all of us, again, rescue your friend who I didn't even know.
wasn't his friend. It was his friend.
Okay, your friend. Well, it was all their friends, wasn't it?
I have no
Kinda?
friends.
Okay.
Not really yours.
All right, well,
Associate. Yeah.
I didn't know Archmage Vargussel, but I was helping you guys out. So maybe I did something bad, but it was with good intentions. Anyway, here's some money. I don't know how much it's worth.
The road to the Nine Hells is paved with good intentions.
Or some-
The hospital.
Ain't
We'll
that
grab
the
it and take a
truth?
look.
Haas, I feel like you,
Yeah. Hoss, go ahead and make a quick
Yeah,
intelligence check.
get the kind
Just to gauge the value.
there's a bunch of gems in there. And
24.
You just know. Alright.
Yeah, pretty much.
Man.
So you can tell that inside this bag are 8. Wait, hold on.
I offer them to the party, by the way. I won't keep them for myself.
Okay.
So
Well,
they
yeah,
can be
we,
used
we appreciate it.
for...
She's nice like that.
Wait, didn't we just say to Jarlaxle that we can't really afford him? And
He doesn't have to know
Jill
about
Axel's
this.
not
He's
here.
over there getting drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Don't ever mention it to him. He does not have to know about this.
He's like, hey guys, what you talking about?
He can certainly see you furtively talking and handing things over subtly. He just doesn't care enough.
He still got most of his price.
So inside you find 8 gems. They're a collection of a couple of different stones, like a banded agate, an
Agate.
eye agate,
Agate.
agate, whatever,
Agate?
and a
heard it both
couple of
ways.
pieces of obsidian. They're each worth about 10 gold, and did I say 6 or 8?
You said
8.
8. So all told, she got paid about 80 gold for the job.
Okay.
Not
Oh,
too
God. I don't know what that 80 gold led
So
to.
I
But at what cost?
subtly
Yeah.
informed you.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a
Maybe
lot of
betraying
gold.
our friend, because Stelmane's been our friend.
Well, this is
I did tell you guys.
this
Yes,
is
you
a
did.
good lesson.
And it may have inadvertently assisted in
I
the
said I would
capture of
only
Nine
bring her
Fingers.
in if you guys agreed. I know I wasn't here for those. We're all in this.
It's a nice pouch.
Yeah.
How much is the pouch?
Was this from the
80 gold pieces.
the box, like monthly box you were doing?
90 gold.
Yeah.
Oh, these are the same things that I've got for the card game.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Ascension.
Yeah.
Those actually, I got them at the very first box. They came in a little drawstring bag. So
This is a cool prop.
yeah, that's why I also have 2 different bags of coins. One that's homogenous and one that's a mix of all the random ones, and then a bag of gems. So I can pay.
Neat.
I can pay you guys with props.
Yeah,
I'll
nice.
take the bag.
Props to you.
You now that you have discovered the value,
Earned.
you have now got. Now that it's in the party sheet, you have 8 10 gold piece gems.
Okay.
You can
Nice.
give them out.
Awesome. Okay.
So Jarlaxle just sitting at the bar, sipping wine, watching you guys, chuckling to himself, talking with Snively, and Snively seems perfectly interested in sharing his stories with a drow. Snively doesn't know any drow, but so they're kind of just swapping tales back and forth as adventurers.
Oh, what's the charge for a night?
I believe I say it's 5 silver a person,
5. Okay.
and Snively is willing to make sure that you all get a room. You all can get your rooms together. Like you don't have to be spread across.
Are
rooms.
we paid?
Not anymore.
Okay.
By whom?
Am I still doing my like play some music for a free board with Snively, or is that
You can.
yeah? Can do that.
It will take up a lot of your time now, especially since it's getting pretty late in the evening. So you have to do it quick.
Yes,
Well,
that's.
I mean, it's been a busy night. Maybe I'll just.
I was going to say
play.
it's up to you, like how much energy you've got. Because
Is there anything else
were
that
fighting.
we? Yeah, I probably don't want to do it. Maybe I'll just strum for fun, but
Bling, 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 bling.
just like lazy.
Okay, like at some point, I'm going to arrange for our rooms, including room for Jill Axel.
Okay. Because you had Geoff there, it would basically
Oh, he
Jill
could just
Axel would
take his spot.
You new party member.
And actually, Geoff needs the bed the full time, but Jill Axel doesn't. So Jill
Yeah,
Axel,
needs half a bed.
Right.
because like you guys were
You
each
could-
sharing
you
the bed.
Oh,
Now Jill
yeah.
Axel will be sharing.
You could do half a
That
bed
one
with
with you guys.
Joe Axel.
Yeah, right. So
Oh
like
my,
probably,
no.
largely, probably
Different
we'll just
times.
be playing cards all night.
I need to use the bathroom.
about it.
Are we basically going to bed?
Yeah,
Is
we're
there
basically
anything
gonna go to
else?
bed.
Yeah,
All
like-
right,
We can-
I'm gonna
we
take
can-
my.
Yeah, we can hit pause on this for now.
Okay.
Still exhausted, but I'm really glad that I didn't plan that, but I'm really glad that worked out.
Which part?
The part where Jess got more in debt to the Thieves Guild and also became a patriarch, so she's ascending and descending within this city.
That makes it more interesting.
no. So no, it's all just opportunities. Like she now has something that she can do with her patriarch influence.
Yeah, she can spread the
Leverage it
Thieves Guild.
in criminal endeavors, which seems to be just right up her alley.
Yeah, apparently.
Man, this is
She,
gonna
she's
end
Mr. Magooing her way through the criminal underworld.
well. She really is. She meets a criminal mastermind and goes, "Hey, let's play chess."
I'm Mr. Magooing my way through DMing.
Yeah.
so
You're doing just fine.
it's basically I'll go for a walk, suddenly have a flash of inspiration a couple hours before the game, and work it in. And then
That's the whole. That's the job.
All of
Yeah.
my best stuff happens last minute.
Yeah, pressure prompted. You know,
Yeah,
it helps
apparently.
us.
I mean, heck,
How are you all doing? I know we haven't gotten to a lot of combat, but I'm hoping some of this stuff has been interesting.
that's
Oh, yeah,
good.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is set up for adventure.
Yeah,
It happens.
I think we're doing fine. I have no problem.
Ah, damn.
No.
Plus, once you're in the Underdark, it'll be a lot more time skippy. Like,
Yeah,
you travel. For
we'll be
6 days,
traveling and fighting and
and then suddenly you are attacked by this thing, or you
Yeah.
discover this thing, and a little bit more
It's pretty amusing role playing. But yeah, I'm definitely ready for a little bit more
action,
movement.
punch the thing.
Yeah.
I'm ready to use Eldritch Blast for every single round for the next. Yeah.
I can see why combat might be less interesting for you.
No, I'm trying not to be too cynical about that, but honestly, playing a Warlock, I'm beginning to realize, because this was my first Warlock, oh yeah, by the way, Eldritch Blast is the one thing I do.
Yeah. Well, you can multi-class and Bard at this point, or
Oh, totally. Or
well,
Rogue, I
no,
was considering.
you've got a lot of
But I need weapon attacks.
Yeah.
It doesn't count for Eldritch Blast.
you've got a lot of magic available to you. Eldritch Blast is your sword swipe.
Yeah. But I don't have a lot of AoE damage. That's my other thing. So in
Most people
combat-
don't.
I don't.
I mean, if I was playing a wizard at this point, I'd have Fireball.
You would.
yeah.
And Fireball would just
Jesmond,
You can multi-class sorcerer and get fireball.
Jesmond at this level, or Jesmond at next level,
take a while.
can steal fireball.
What?
Magical secrets.
Six level
Bard gets
Lord
two.
Bard.
I genuinely forgot about that.
Two
That's
spells
awesome.
off any list.
That's how Braun got fireball. I had to wait till 6th level. That's why Braun went to 6th level as a bard instead of multiclassing into rogue, because he
Okay.
doesn't do a lot of he does a lot of spell casting, but it's always leveled slots, and so when he runs out of that, he usually ends up using a crossbow or a dagger. That's why he's going to multiclass into rogue, get cunning action, and stab things.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also
Sneak attack.
There's also the option of I'm forgetting what feat it is exactly, but I know there is a feat that allows you to pick a cantrip from any spell list. And you
Magic
can
initiate.
So you can literally just take Eldritch Blast.
You also get
I mean,
first level
if you-
spell.
if you-
cantrip in the game.
If you were a wizard,
Yeah.
then you'd be doing a whole lot of magic missile.
That too.
I mean,
Okay.
you know,
a whole lot of fire, or cantrips, firebolts, and
Yes,
everything.
fi-
Cantrips
fireball-
are part of the game.
Firebolt,
Yeah.
Scorching Ray. Maybe.
oh, that's right. I forgot. Magic missile is actually a level spell.
It is now.
Yeah.
Leveled spell, auto hit, 1d4 plus 1 3 times.
Yep.
Um,
But yeah, no, I don't want to be too cynical about it, but it's like I'm realizing I'm an Eldritch Blast dispenser.
You're basically a fighter. You're a spellcasting fighter.
Pretty much.
You got your one thing.
Spellcasting Ranger, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, spellcasting.
With,
Ranger's a good way to think about it.
Ranger.
Magical ranger.
I am this weird amalgam of Bard, Ranger, Sorcerer, kind of, not really, Fighter sometimes. Got a weird combo of things going on.
So you
That'll make
bed
sense.
down for the night. Jarlaxle plays. He doesn't play Three Dragon Ante. He explains a different card game that they use from where he's from.
And I'm super interested to learn.
And you play some cards, have some fun. Jarlaxle trances as you power down. Everybody wakes up the next day, and it's much quieter because nobody's in a tavern at 8 in the morning. And all your hit points are back. All your spells are back.
Okay.
Everything's back to normal.
And just for your purposes, I unmemorized Fairy Fire and rememorized Create or Destroy Water.
Okay.
Oh, you're ready for a trip. Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, might as well be.
Yeah.
Not planning on buying water here, so.
Better than not being ready for a trip.
So we keep the druid alive.
Your dies, you're
You're
so
next.
We need to, like.
I mean, we may still want to stock up on food, water, and light,
Here
but-
would be where we would resupply. We should get, because you have create water for anything, right?
Yeah, I just chose
So-
that for today. I can create or destroy
So
water.
one thing we should get is a couple of water vessels for each of us, like a couple of wineskins.
Yeah.
Does Create or Destroy Water have a time limit on the water created?
Nope. I can create 10 gallons of clean water in an open container.
That offers some interesting questions about
So,
conservation.
but it needs
of
to be
gas.
in a container.
Magic.
Alternately, the water falls in a 30-foot cube within range, extinguishing exposed flames in the area, which is much less useful for drinking, but not useless for drinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can wake somebody up with water.
Yep. Actually, I can make a 6x6 square on the battlefield rainy,
What?
which might be useful. I mean, in
That's
theory, it doesn't
water.
block. It doesn't block line of sight or
That's
anything.
awesome, though. Man, if you can manage to actually do that to a bunch of enemies that are in a small room and just drown them.
It's 10 gallons of water still. It's just I can spread it out over a 30 by 30
sorry,
area
spread it.
or
Does
10.
it, does it just like appear, or does it pour into something?
You create up to 10 gallons of clean water within range in an open container.
Okay. So how would we use that to refill stuff?
We probably buy a 10-gallon container and with a spout, and we fill
Yeah.
canteens from it.
So he would use it into a 10-gallon container that you could then fill it at your choosing.
Yeah, a small barrel, basically, with like some type of
Okay.
stopper or cock.
Or we could get a 20-gallon container and fill it twice. Or what have you.
The weather will not be hot. Okay. So yeah, creating 10 gallons with 5 people. You'll basically create 2 days of water every time you cast a spell. If you're able to hold on to all 10 gallons.
And
Right.
use it efficiently.
Okay.
So what we need is a big oil canvas sack. Because you'll create the water into the sack, and then we'll use the sack to fill our wineskins.
That's certainly fine.
Okay.
Because
We may still want a hard
because a
side.
10-gallon barrel is big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, smaller.
It's not easy to travel with.
Yeah, think of
Whereas
10 1-gallon containers of milk, so 5 by 2. That's
Yeah.
pretty big.
Like a
container.
10-gallon sack is basically like an army duffel. Is that I'm thinking about
probably
the
a
right
good guess.
size?
Yeah.
So basically, like this is the place to get it because we're in a port city. Just get a big oilskin sack. You can into that. It would probably hold most of it, and then we fill out of that, and then some of it's gonna get wasted. You might have to cast this every day.
Yeah, I'm good. I plan to memorize it every day, so.
Good berries.
Oh, I was going to say...
By the way, really quickly, out of character, once you actually start this Underdark expedition and he starts creating good berries and you survive off of that, all of the snacks I buy are going to be strawberries.
Don't do that to us.
That's funny shit.
What about like strawberry shortcake, strawberry like flavored muffins?
That'd be a little more humane, but funnier.
Nope.
Just bitter about
You're going to get
a
strawberries.
first level spell.
Well,
So-
so the rest of
Well,
us
your
will bring
characters
snacks.
are going to be eating a good berry a day. So, I'll get you strawberries.
So that means we'll just eat one strawberry each, and that's going to be it for the night.
So 10 gallons, in case you're curious, is a cube 16 inches on a side. So 16 by 16 by 16 is precisely 10 gallons in a cube.
Really?
Yeah,
That
so-
seems way too small.
16 inches?
Yeah. Well,
'Cause
10
10
gallons of cubic feet is 1.337 cubic feet.
Huh? Because like a gallon of milk is not much smaller than that.
No, gallon milk's probably a fair amount small. It's probably like
Tomato
6
stuff.
by 6 by 10, maybe.
Okay.
It's also
I was a little surprised, but not terribly
also-
surprised.
milk has like negative space where
Crenellation.
the jug has negative space that could be used to fill liquid.
Yeah, and
Like
this
it has
is,
the
yeah.
handle.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
this is a
more right
featureless
there.
cube, 60
Yeah.
inches on the side.
Yeah, literally just a box.
Yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be that big a sack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we need to buy extra wineskins. We need to buy that sack. Hang on.
How much do wineskins hold?
I think it's a gallon, but might be a quart.
I can't see it.
Wine. I've seen my brother's wineskin, and it definitely doesn't hold a gallon.
Well, but like the
Maybe-
wineskins that
maybe
we
it's
get,
important.
like when you're doing touristy things at vineyards, which is the wineskin I have, not a real wineskin.
Yeah, but you're right. A gallon may be too much. That makes
Well, no,
sense. I
no,
mean, they probably do
it's not.
define them.
Remember, wineskins are typically made from stomachs of like some animal,
Yeah.
and that can easily be a gallon.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's an organic size,
It
so it
probably
can
does
be like
define it,
various
though.
sizes. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's see here.
Water skin is probably what's under, though. I think.
Yeah, water skin.
but unfortunately,
Is it under
shall we
containers?
say a
Is a
gallon?
container?
oh, here we go. Water skin holds 4 pints. So yeah, no,
Oh,
It's half a
2
gallon.
pints is a quart. 2 pints is a quart, so that's half a gallon. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So 20
the
20
container
wineskins.
caption says.
Okay, so
Is what we
that's
can
it
fill
said.
from-
Okay, that's fine. So how many wineskins, water skins, should we get?
10 gallons. Each one holds half a gallon, so you want 20 wineskins. Water skins. Just call them wineskins. Wineskins and water skins are functional equivalent.
I'm sorry, did you say 20?
20 would
Do we want to get that many?
not really. 'Cause,
I
I,
was-
mean, I can create it in the big one. And we're gonna take the big one into the little ones anyway, so we might
Yeah,
as well
we're
just
gonna pour it
refill
in.
our little ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So say we buy an additional 6,
Sure.
because we already have like 4.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that Geoff's equipment that was left behind, we're going to cram into a little cask and throw it in the bottom of my bag of holding.
Oubliette.
Just so we've got his stuff. I'm also going to say that, I mean, he probably didn't leave any of his. He probably had any of his wealth on him. He probably didn't leave his money here.
Yeah.
He had his coins and
Yeah.
the gems that he had.
Yeah.
He did leave his shield. It's in your bag of holding.
Okay.
Um,
That's right. No, didn't he take it, or did he just take his sword?
He only took his sword because it was an action to pull an item,
Okay.
and he didn't
So
want to waste time with the shield.
So we're going to basically just like take like his Geoff's spare clothes. And we're going to wrap
All
all
his
his
weapons.
stuff into that, and that's just going to go to the bottom.
Short swords, hand axes, short bow, arrows.
We really should keep the shield.
Not all of it is going. Like some things are going to be like Haas is going to leave. Actually, no. You know what? We're going to get some extra equipment. Who needs? What did he have?
He had a lot of stuff.
He has the +1
So-
shield that I could totally use.
+1 shields.
Yes.
You've already
It's
got a
a
cloak
we-
of protection.
It's
for
a
a
weird
reminder.
situation, but I could totally use that.
Do you
have shield
Do you have
proficiency?
shield proficiency?
I believe
I bet you warlocks don't.
He might.
light armor, yes.
Yeah,
not shields. No. Never mind.
Okay. Who here does have shield proficiency?
You used to.
I
you
do, but it's against my religion to use metal shields.
Yep.
The old gods
Is
are
it
kind of
metal?
specific.
No, it is metal.
It is metal.
It's dwarven. They bastards are always
Well,
using metal.
Okay.
It's a Spartan style bronze shield.
Okay, so we'll take it along with the intention of giving it to him, unless we have to spend it to.
Pay him out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Selling to get him ransomed. Selling his stuff to get him ransomed. There are worse things
I'm
you
sure
can do
he
than
would
that.
like
But
to be
Jarlaxle
taken away
comes over to the
from
table
that.
At this point, he kind of knocks on it.
We're in our rooms, I think, right now.
Did you want to go to your rooms? You were
Yeah.
still set up in the table out in the common room.
Was he going to grab us before we went to the room? We can.
If you, oh wait, no, you all woke up. My
Yeah,
mistake.
we've woken
Okay.
up. It's the
It's
morning.
morning.
I assumed you guys would leave and get breakfast. Is what my thinking was.
Okay, yeah, so
Okay.
we're doing that. We're downstairs.
Sure.
We're talking about
Yeah, we can
over
skip
this on
that.
breakfast.
Yeah.
He's welcome to join us.
Yeah. At a certain point, he kind of comes up and you notice that he is pretty much stark naked, and he put all of his stuff under the bed. He's like wearing some breeches, and he says,
Like
"Does
Are we in the
anybody-
room?
Do you want to be in the room, or do you want to
It
be out?
sounds like
I
we're,
thought
sounds
we were
like
at
we're downstairs.
breakfast.
Are we downstairs?
Did he just wander down?
You just wandered down.
You're trying to figure if he's
Naked?
naked at
Okay,
breakfast. is what
well,
you're
no,
trying
he
to
wandered down in his small clothes.
in like basically the smallest of small clothes.
Okay.
So he walks down in a thong.
And he
Okay.
says,
Mankini.
my things don't agree with sunlight. Does somebody have a change of clothes I could borrow?
Yes.
His things.
Are you giving me Josh clothes?
Wait. Geoff is a halfling.
Yeah.
He takes it.
He like. Oh wait.
He puts it on as a nice little half shirt.
Oh God,
and some,
little crop
some booty
top.
shorts.
Yeah, and
Slides on the gloves, but they're a little tight,
like-
so he takes them off.
yeah. Haas says, "Is that okay for now?"
I look good.
Okay. You're not bad. So shall we say that each of us now has an extra dagger?
Does somebody have a box I could borrow?
Box.
Box.
No, but we could find one.
Chest. Container. I need a thing to put my things in.
In character. Are we talking
Yeah.
in character?
In character.
I thought out of character for a moment. Like,
We have this
He's
big
not wearing his
bag.
hat because he left all his stuff under the bed.
oh, understood.
We can get one. We can get one first thing.
Sure.
If you care to join us, we're just figuring out packing things we need to
Sits down, props his bare feet up on the table, wiggles his toes a little bit.
Boots too.
Wow.
I probably need some boots.
My thoughts
Okay.
exactly.
Wait, what do you mean by your clothes don't agree with sunlight?
If they're in sunlight, they lose their magical properties and disintegrate.
That's very inconvenient.
Now you just told me they have magical properties. That's pretty cool.
But now
I
they've
wasn't making
disintegrated.
a secret about
So
it.
Oh. Okay.
unless you just hidden them and okay. Yeah.
I've put
Did
them
they
under-
disintegrate? Okay, they're
No.
oh I see.
I put them
They're-
under my
they're-
bed
Oh, okay, okay.
He said he put them on.
Oh, okay, I missed that.
because I don't want them to disintegrate because
Oh,
they're
I
very
see.
valuable.
Do you mind opening the windows or something?
Oh, sure.
Okay, cool.
I was. For me, it's basically just at a certain random point in the day, I open everything up.
Yeah. That's a very temperature. Should I open up these windows? What do you normally do?
Yeah, just throw it on setting 1, throw the window open, and close it on top.
Excuse me, Rose.
Okay.
Oh. We buy him an adventurer's kit.
Oh yeah.
Actually, we buy him a delver's kit.
So Lysander is, or not Lysander, Dralaxel is dressed in Geoff's clothes, which are halfling sized on him.
We gotta get him out of this thong.
He does not seem to care.
Okay.
I'm
Zero fucks given. Please rolled.
I'm just thinking in the middle of
I
the
mean,
night
he's-
he's gonna be
he came
perfectly
down.
set with
Behold
magical
the
armor.
field
In
on
the
which
day,
they grow their
he has like a
I have none to
bikini on,
give.
clothes that barely cover him.
He
He's just
was.
like,
He did come down in practically nothing,
Uh-huh.
so it's not that surprising that he has no fucks left.
Yeah.
and I'm wondering if his small clothes are also magical and will disintegrate, in which case it's a good thing he didn't go by a window.
Extra rope.
He says, I won't disintegrate immediately. We'll just give him time.
I think he's lying about that, but alright.
You do inside check.
I'd roll high insight, he's just a nudist. That's actually not bad at all. 18 total.
From what you can tell, he's not lying about anything
Oh,
he said about his weaponry, his gear.
Clothing.
His clothing, his armor,
his
his
junk.
weapons. He presumably would have collected his
Right.
weapons from Lady Stelmane when he left.
Yeah. So, extra things we need to get. Right now I've got 6 water skin, a delver's kit. I figure we get him a delver's kit, and he can put his stuff in that
Sure.
because he needs a backpack. If you know that's a concern.
He says, whatever you're willing to buy.
Yep. Waxed canvas sack, 4 ropes, 4 extra ropes, because we already
Okay.
should have ropes.
Okay.
Pitons. What else do we?
Torches, maybe?
Yeah. What's the longest lasting, most efficient form of light? I think there's 2 of us.
It would be...
It's probably the lanterns, the hooded and bullseye.
Yep, the lamps and the lanterns last 6 hours. The bullseye gives you 60-foot cone, plus 60. The hooded gives you 30 foot, and the lamp gives you 15. 30 plus what I already said. So the most effective for forward is the bullseye, but in a general, it would be the hooded.
Yeah, I have a hooded lantern, so we need extra oil.
And probably an extra hooded would probably be good.
Okay.
Can't create it while we're down there.
I have the light spell.
Oh,
She
yeah.
has
Okay.
magical light,
Then I-
which we're probably going to be leaning on.
Yeah, sure.
And then when we need to
It'd
do,
be good to have some
Yeah,
backups.
because you can cast
yeah.
a couple, like you can cast light,
like on
light,
different
and so we can have a couple like light sources, but it would be a good idea to have a non-magical.
Right.
So do we want to get a hooded lantern as well?
As you're talking about that, Jarlaxle does mention there are anti-magic areas down there. So
Okay.
it is possible for your light to go out.
Those sound unpleasant.
And we all have various torches.
The Fair Z
I do,
is
yes.
not forgiving.
We've got a flask of oil and
I have 14 torches,
I have oil.
oh wow.
15 candles.
I have 5 candles.
I have 7 torches.
I have 2 units of oil. You have oil? You have oil?
I have 1 unit of oil. I just
Okay.
haven't used it at all.
I have 2 torches.
Do you have a lantern?
I have 3 oil.
I do have
flasks.
dark vision.
You have it for practical purposes.
I do.
No, you have the oil for practical purposes.
Yes, I got the oil in case we need to burn something and or light torches.
Right. Okay. What else? Oh, wait, did you say hooded or bullseye lantern? We should get.
I think hooded's better for our purposes.
Okay.
Fighting.
Because so I have a hooded.
Or maybe we do one of each. I mean, yeah, maybe we get a bullseye
You have
because you have a
okay.
hooded.
So we'll say hooded.
Person in the front uses the bullseye, person in the back uses the...
Jarlaxle says, I believe Bruce's concern is that while hooded gives you best forward light, the bullseye gives you best forward light, the hooded won't let you be surprised by something coming up around you.
Yeah,
Right.
and also when we fight, we want 360 vision.
And to be fair, while you're down there, everything can see in the dark, and they can see very far in the dark, which means that they will see you coming.
Yeah.
Because you need light.
Mhm.
So don't plan on surprising anything.
Yeah. I mean, the other option is I can get magical dark vision. I'll have fewer magical choices. I can give... Are both of you able to see in the dark?
I've got dark vision.
Yeah, all right.
I
Literally,
can't.
I can see in the dark out of character up to 120 feet. You can see in the dark, but not as far.
Okay, yeah, so we're going to be on light sources anyway.
Yep. Also, does my Pact Boon, or unofficial-ish Pact Boon, help at all with this?
See invisibility?
Yeah, so if I turn that on, that's just see invisibility. It doesn't do anything else.
It allows you vision into the ethereal plane and anything that's invisible,
Okay.
but you need to be able to see it normally for it to be obvious to you.
Gotcha. So it's not like, oh, no, I just got LASIK surgery for the next hour. It's,
Right.
All right.
If something is invisible, you can use it to see it, but you need to be able to see it to be able to see it.
Gotcha. So I'm not seeing into an extra dimension. I'm seeing an extra aspect of something that's already there.
Are you discussing your pact boon with the party so that they are aware of it, or?
Oh yeah, I barely mentioned this. Yeah, so with the eyes that look like a rushing river, that whole deal from like 6 sessions back,
Yeah.
I can see invisibility once per day.
Oh, okay.
I can just turn that on for an hour.
That's useful.
Jarlaxle says that is exceedingly useful. The Dwargar down there have the innate talent to disappear. It's one of the biggest problems that plagued us when we go to war with them.
All right. Good to know.
Excellent.
Sneaky. Good to know then.
Okay. Anything else?
Do we want to stock up on food? And if so, how much? We don't have to.
Well, I mean,
Dried meat
it's not
or
a bad
something.
idea. Beans.
Yeah.
You can
think
get
I
dry
still
beans and
have-
rice.
Which I think is rations. I think.
Yeah,
includes
essentially.
things
Yeah.
Yeah, rations tend not to spoil because they're heavily salted and whatnot.
I have 1 day of
So,
rations.
do
I
we
should
want
probably
to get like 10 days of rations for each?
Probably
Okay,
a good idea.
So,
in case.
40 rations.
Fair's Rest.
There's us.
Faerzress is the magical effects that Jarlaxle was talking about.
The background.
Yeah, the background magic that does weirdness.
Gotcha. Kind of surprised for the Underdark. No extra symbols, extra weird variations on letters, any hyphens, apostrophes.
He says,
Renzo
translator.
Ah. Sorry, I don't mean to be that sarcastic.
Okay.
Yeah, extra Z's is definitely.
Where
Are
are
you
the
digging
X's?
for inspiration?
No. Yes.
Got to spend inspiration to make an inspiration, baby.
I know.
Mhm.
I made a
Okay.
He did.
Anything else?
That's it.
Weapons? Poison?
We've got our weapon.
Oh, he said,
Oh, we did mention that we wanted to get
Illusions,
anti-venom.
rope.
Oh.
Oh, also, okay, we talked about the fact that I am an alchemist. I don't have an alchemy kit. If I had an alchemy kit, I could work on anti-venoms. That takes time, though.
All right.
You got all night, right? Can you work throughout your night?
Well, no, to make anti-venom,
Oh, you have to be at a lab.
It's
well, that's what the alchemy kit would be.
it would take a kit. It would take time according to how much the antivenom costs, which
50.
costs 50. Okay.
It's 5 gold a day, basically.
I've actually increased it to 10 gold a day because I like to encourage people to
Yeah.
use downtime.
Crafting's more fun.
That's holy shit. Who would buy an abacus? Yeah, so 50 gold. So it would take you 5 days and 25 gold worth of reagents.
50% discount. Can he do downtime overnight while we're sleeping?
Yeah, each night would cost half a day. So it would take you 10 nights and 25 gold of reagents.
So in a pinch, if you're
I
gonna
don't know
need
if we should leave Joff for that long. I mean,
No, he can work on it while we're traveling.
I
he
see, I
doesn't
see.
sleep,
So-
right?
Right, okay.
So,
So
why,
it'd be on
why
the
don't we
go.
see how much it costs to get an alchemy kit?
Yeah, okay. Then yes.
Is that the right? Is it alchemy kit or herbalist kit?
Alchemist kit?
Maybe both, because I thought Herbalist could do it.
Herbalism kit.
For an
Herbalism kit is required to create antitoxin and potions of healing.
Okay, so that's what we want.
Do you have an herbalism kit proficiency?
Oh, that's a good point.
I do, but I have to sleep.
No,
Bummer.
Okay.
my study is it makes sense. My study is in alchemy, not herbalism. So my alchemy skill wouldn't really help there.
But we should probably pay for some anti-venom potion
Yeah.
then. Is it very expensive?
50 gold.
Oh, okay, 50.
So yes.
For how much is that? Is it like one dose? Is that several doses?
It's one dose.
I
Right?
believe it's one dose.
One antivenom, I think, is one dose. Was that the question?
Yeah.
Antitoxin.
Would just like healing
If you
healing
drink
spells
this
work?
vial, so yeah, it is one person, and you gain the benefits for 1 hour. Potions, antitoxin.
It's not really worth it.
What?
It says not really worth it. I mean,
Can
we could buy
healing
one.
spells
If
deal
you have a
with
lot of money,
poisons?
it's worth it.
Or
otherwise.
I mean, if you're running an operation where you're just making
Jarlaxle
stuff
says
pay for
that,
itself.
fair warning,
Mhm.
as I'm sure you already gathered, Drow use lots and lots of poisons.
I can also.
Pretty much every
Well-
weapon that we have has poison on it. This crossbow, he doesn't actually pull his crossbow out. My crossbow has poison on the bolts.
Yeah.
So-
in game, what's the poison effect again? It's
Knockout.
The-
disadvantage.
No, that's the poison condition. Other
poison
poisons do
condition.
things.
If he hits you with a crossbow bolt, you gain the poison condition.
Mhm.
If you failed that by enough, you will gain. You will be knocked unconscious.
Oh man,
His
jeez.
daggers tended to just do straight poison damage, but you had to make a save to resist it.
yeah, that's
Do you have any secret tricks, being that you are a drow, that would help us deal with poisoning? That you would just be able to.
Don't
Do-
get hit.
You don't have any heal antidotes? I mean, what if you accidentally like hit your finger as you're
If we
doing
had
something?
antidote, then you fall unconscious and your friends make fun of you. If we had antidotes to the poison, we wouldn't be using the poison as often as we do.
I can memorize protection from poison instead of moonbeams. I can also switch around mine. It's not the greatest spell in the world. For the cost of a
Can that work on
spell
Where
slot,
That works on
Doesn't
just
matter.
one person, right?
you touch a creature. If it's poison, you neutralize the poison. If more than one poison affects the target, you neutralize one poison you know is present or one random. For the duration, the target and for the next hour, the target has advantage on saving throws against poison, being poisoned, and has resistance to poison damage. It's too bad it's only one creature, but it sounds like I should probably memorize it.
So, because we're going to be running into a lot of poison.
Your, memorization.
Yeah.
We're going to be running into a lot of poison just because where we're going.
Yep.
And practically, for the purposes of our coffers, like we can afford like a vial of antitoxin, maybe, if depending on how much everything else costs.
Sure.
We did just come into some money.
A little bit.
80. That would cover
Well,
So,
but we are
okay.
going to need money to get
all the other things.
to pay for job
Anything else for
and to pay for job.
Right.
Anything else for a shopping list? I didn't really come up with anything. Okay, so how do you want to handle that?
A quick montage. So, what are you interested in?
Trying the funny hats.
6 water skins, 1 Delver's kit, 1
Dungeoneer's
waxed
kit.
canvas sack,
Okay.
which may be the same price as a backpack.
So, hold on. 6 water skins is 12 silver, and then next one.
Delver's kit.
Delver's kits. You mean a Dungeoneer's kit?
Dungeoneer's kit.
Well, I meant a Delver's kit, but I guess a Dungeoneer's kit.
That's not a thing.
The Dungeoneer's kit for.
What are you looking for? The
going
box
dungeon.
and the pittance, or what are you looking for?
And the backpack.
The backpack.
Yeah.
Backpack,
So Dungeoneer's
pittance.
kit has a
Dungeoneer's kit,
Okay.
backpack, crowbar, hammer, pitons, rope to kind of go down crevices and stuff.
Yep.
12 gold for that.
Okay.
And then next up.
Not 12Q, 12G. Wax canvas sack, which is a backpack.
Okay. So in that case, you don't need anything else because you. Or
Well,
do you wanna get
this
a
will be
back-
this will be a specialized tool. It's
Okay.
it's a waxed canvas sack, which I know would probably be about, in a port that'd be like a sailor's backpack.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Or
saying
sailor
that's
stuff.
probably a reasonable price for it, which makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That roughly the backpack price makes sense.
We'll go ahead and knock it up a little bit because it is specialized.
Sure.
3 gold.
Let's see. Rope times 4.
Hemp or
Hemp or silk.
silk is lighter is the key. So maybe
And it
Silk
feels
be
nicer.
silk could be easier to also easier to pack, a little stronger. Yeah.
10 gold each, so 40.
Pitons.
Do you want more pitons than what you've already got in the Dungeoneer's kit?
each of us, if you got a pack, you might already have them.
Well, we're not each
I
getting
have
a
10
pack.
and
we're
a
getting
hammer.
we're getting 1 Dungeoneer's kit for.
Yeah, I'm just saying I already have 10 pitons and a hammer. How many do we already have? Is what I'm asking.
let me check.
Jarlaxle now has 10.
Yeah, for his kit.
You
Oh, I have 10.
Yeah, most of
You
the
have
kits
10.
come with it.
Yeah, I have 10. I guess.
Okay.
Let's get 10 extra.
Sure,
So we have,
sure.
so we can say that we have pitons and pitons to spare.
Yeah, makes sense.
2 times 10, that's 2 silver.
Oil, 4 flasks.
4 silver.
Also, we're running into concerns of
Encumbrance.
of encumbrance. So that's why I said
The
4.
thing is, none of us has a lot of upper body strength.
Yeah,
You're not a strength part.
like I might be able to produce oil.
Just turn around, guys.
Can't do it when people are watching.
Bullseye lantern,
Alright, lantern, bullseye, 10 gold.
10 gold. Okay.
Oil can.
Rations,
Oil can. Leave the Tin Man. Is that what?
How many rations?
40.
40? 20 gold.
Antitoxin, like 1 vial of antitoxin is 50.
Yep.
So that's optional. How much is an alchemy kit?
An alchemy kit.
Because that's something I can make is oil.
50 gold.
With alchemy.
Makes sense.
And I mean, I could make it out of corpses with the alchemy kit.
Oily.
Brutal.
oh wow.
Antitoxin doesn't help constructs. Although are you not a construct? You're also humanoid, right?
He's a living construct.
Yeah, I'm a living construct. So because I can be affected by poison.
You are affected by poison.
Yeah, then it makes sense that you can be affected by antitoxin. What type of cruel god would make it otherwise?
Okay.
What
Don't tempt me.
biocomponents are being affected by the poison, though? I'm just trying to figure that part.
Yeah, it's magic.
Yeah.
Hand wave.
Magic.
I play Warforged in the other game.
You have seen me heal magically.
I know it confuses me. I don't understand.
You see me heal
Confuses us
naturally.
all, Lysander.
Yes.
Alright, so you have those down. Basically, you spend the day going shop to shop, talking, conversing, negotiating. Most people aren't really willing to budge because it's kind of the generally accepted price because of the guilds. But as far as you understand, it's a fair price.
Yeah. Good enough.
Fair price for fair labor.
Thanks for the getting organized and doing the math.
Axel takes his backpack and runs back to the inn and stuffs everything inside of it. And does a Dungeoneer's kit come with clothes?
No.
Nope.
Perfect.
Do we, does
We're just gonna keep
does he
him in
want
his
to
crop
take
top for
new
now.
clothes out of his 500 gold down payment?
No, he's good. Honestly, if the kit came
No
with
shame.
clothes, he was probably going to still wear the half-inch clothes because
He's feeling
Pretty
good.
funny. Is he kind of like guarding his eyes the whole time? No.
He's kind of squinting a bit.
Oh,
Should we get him
you know
some
what?
sunglasses?
No, actually.
Oh, get him cool sunglasses.
He's already got like a big ego. I don't know. He might feel too
Hoss
cool.
loans him his wide brim hat.
Awesome.
yeah.
I'll need that back. But yeah,
He says, once we get to the Underdark,
like
I'll be able to put my hat on."
basically once we get outside and they see him doing that, and so I'm like, here.
He's like, the white face, it burns me precious.
Okay,
Got
so
it way down.
it's almost 87 gold for the first bit, and then 50 gold and 50 gold for
If we add in
the antitoxin and the alchemy kit. We get much more mileage out of the alchemy kit. Do we also still want to get the antitoxin?
It might be good to have some on hand.
So the one thing to understand about the antitoxin, though, is
One
it gives, and it doesn't cure poison.
It doesn't cure
It gives you advantage on your saving throw. Out of character, it gives you advantage
Right.
on saving throws versus poison.
So
So this means that it's more
It's kinda
beneficial
like,
for you
eh.
to have that spell
It's
slot.
not really like.
Yeah.
I was actually going to modify it that it does cure poison
Okay.
Okay.
because I like the old school edition of like buying things is useful for you versus relying solely on magic.
Okay.
So it would still cure the poison, but you can do yours like 4 times a day
Yeah,
or more if you spend higher slots.
which I'm not probably going to, unless there's a really good reason.
Well, fighting that many drow with that much poison.
Yep. That might might become a really good reason real
Yeah.
quickly.
We're gonna find a lot of drows, so it's good to have some option there.
I asked Jarlaxle, if the poison knocks you out, can you just be shaken awake, or do you need like magic or curing to come awake?
He says you need some pretty heavy shaking to wake him up.
Like a slap?
That could also work, yeah.
Alright.
in game terms, it's kind of like a healing check, and then you can make a check against the poison, something like that.
Or is it just damage? A lot of the 5th edition
In-game
effects are either.
you saw Vargussel was able to wake Lady Stelmane by shaking her vigorously, spending an action. So you can spend an action to wake him up, but it'll be in combat where everybody's getting shot at with these crossbows.
Right.
So-
Yeah, and actually,
Just good to know.
And it's kind of the setup to a death spiral, where if one person goes down and then you spend your action to wake that person up, and then you get shot and you go down,
God.
and then you'll go down, and basically
Yep.
So anyway, do we want to get this thing?
Your call, guys.
Having one isn't a bad idea.
Okay.
Also, the moment that we get some of the poison crossbow bolts and stuff from the drow, we could really make use of that.
We can knock them out.
I mean,
True,
it
to
sounds,
get drow weapons.
it sounds like from his comments, drow can be affected by them.
Would he be able to help us, like, get poison on our weapons here, or do we have to be there to get, like, materials?
if you're talking about basic poison, I can help you. But if you're talking about the specialized drow stuff that I use, you gotta get down there.
Okay, so
There isn't an open market for what I'm talking about.
okay, I'm saying
Okay.
when we get
It
down
also
there,
doesn't
we
react
Yeah.
well to sunlight, I bet you.
Right. Okay, well, maybe when we get down there, you can help us at least get on an even
Yeah.
footing.
If the opportunity arises, I'd be happy to.
I'm personally thinking more of the first time we fight any drow down there in the caverns,
It's
we
gonna-
steal their stuff.
Yeah, that works.
And then
Well, it depends on what drow you're
If-
planning on fighting.
also, wait, who uses crossbows? I don't use crossbows. Uh-oh. Got a problem.
Who's proficient at crossbows?
Was it?
Everybody's
Geoff
proficient
was,
in light crossbows.
Yeah, that's so simple.
None
Yep.
of us have heavy crossbows, man. Or
Actually,
rapier.
mages aren't, but we are. Yeah.
Man, a rapier would be great.
Yeah, full casters.
I have a magical
Which one
cannon.
You have the big gun that goes boom. Oh, are we gonna have tinnitus after this?
Actually, I'm not. I get a wider range of
You're-
choices, but
you're-
it doesn't
Are
include.
you elf or health?
I wasn't planning to use it, but
I'm an elf.
droids don't get it.
You probably already have to.
Okay, yeah, you're more.
Yeah, yeah.
It's genetic.
I am.
So many loud booms have gone off in the ears of elves over the years.
Okay, so let's see.
He does say it is very confining down there. It will echo.
Oh man.
So use your gun with caution. Between the light and the noise, we will attract way too much attention.
This might be one of those rare occasions where you may need to swap back to a crossbow. At least temporarily.
Okay.
Unless
Can
you
I
need the big boot.
No.
get 10 gold from each of you?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Mark that off your sheet.
Yep. Do.
Were you including Darlaxel in that negotiation?
No.
Okay, good. He technically has enough money to pay you. A lot.
Yeah, I assume he's not gonna want to.
His resources go to keeping him alive, which is fine. Okay, so
As far as he's concerned, all he needs is himself and his weapons.
What do the drow eat and drink down there?
Mostly mushrooms and spiders.
Oh, yeah, I do have an extra mushroom from the phosphorescent mushrooms we encountered.
that was probably confiscated.
But no, seriously, I still have that.
Confiscated?
If it's on my sheet, I mean, nobody told me.
Hoss probably at some point would have grabbed it and you're like, oh, and walked away.
I just took a mushroom, I didn't tell you. It's not phosphorescent anymore, it's not like it glows in my backpack.
Yeah, it was phosphorus, and then you cut it, and then
It died.
stopped
or
being
something.
phosphorus.
So you just eat like a big bowl of spider webs?
No. Actually,
Good, because that sounds gross.
He says, actually, what I like to do is I like to find little bitty spiders, and then I will douse them in this special sauce, and then throw them on a fire. And then once they're cooked properly, I'll eat them.
But the spider...
Because I really don't like the spider queen, who the rest of my people worship.
Oh,
Most of my kind don't actually eat spiders.
Should I go ahead and roll religion on that?
Go ahead.
How much is a platinum worth? It's
10
gold. 10 gold?
Oh, wow. I got 19 in total.
Have you eaten food while you're up here? You should
I-
probably try some food that isn't spiders. It's pretty awesome. Before we
Sure.
go.
Are you buying?
You know what? Yes.
We're
While we're here,
spending like
here's
the better
some like good street food.
we're spending the better part of a day.
Kebabs.
Oh, you get
Yeah.
him, you get him a street side knish?
Yes.
Yeah.
He eats the food. He enjoys it. Like a couple hours later, his gut kind of
Oh.
kicks back because he doesn't have the bacteria for it.
I was like, I got 19 on the religion roll.
Somebody.
You know of the spider
who
queen
do
that
I
he's
send
talking about?
I know.
My
Her name is
mom.
Archmage.
What?
Oh, okay, different one.
No, it was
Different name.
It was Lult's original name before she was a betrayer.
Gotcha.
But yeah, essentially Lult.
Okay. Cool. So you don't worship the spider queen?
No,
I thought that was the drow thing.
Please.
that is.
Oh, the
I
effects?
get by on my
Yeah.
wits and
Yeah.
skills
To
alone.
make it decorate.
None of those
To be-
mother lovers have ever helped me, and so I'm not helping them.
I'm expecting him to crack a joke soon about, the Force, so I don't believe in anything I can't see with my own two eyes.
Ancient
Kind of.
Pull the
weapons
Han
and
Solo.
hokey
He says,
religions.
but to be fair, she is real, and me and her have had a lovely chat. And he kind of pulls his half shirt up and points to a scar
So not to pull it up very far.
across his chest.
Oh.
And he says, "I got this from one of her demons that she summoned when I bit one too many spiders."
Maybe you should stop eating spiders.
And he's actually kind of fanning himself because of how hot the sun is. He's like alternating between protect eyes and must cool off.
slowly descends into a Texan accent.
Like as soon as we get into a
Wanna try
shadow
some
or
spicy
under
food?
an eave, the head immediately comes off and he's fanning.
If you want a mushroom, I mean.
Okay.
No, I'm good. That food just was very interesting.
Yeah.
That is a good question. Jesmal came from a sort of a Middle Eastern culture, so is she used to a lot of spice in her food?
For sure, yeah.
Oh.
I imagine ours is kind of bland if we're going by the old
Yeah.
Europe versus
So-
Middle East.
I guess
You take the
so.
sriracha from
But
the
there's
side.
probably like Regellan food around because like we're starting to
Oh, yeah.
immigrate, right?
Absolutely.
I probably found you some
The Rajelans have an entire
Regellan
district
kebabs.
Oh,
set up on the outskirts of town.
Oh yeah, little Rajella. I know.
Yeah.
You probably don't want to go there though because it costs money to cross the gates.
Maybe there's some people out that just have like carts in other
Oh, sure, yeah.
districts or whatever.
Actually, when you're doing all the shopping, you probably go into the wide, which using your note, you're actually able to buy your way in off of Lady Stelmane's good faith, so you don't have to pay the tax.
Yeah.
But in the wide is where you do a lot of the shopping.
Okay.
And yeah, the Rygelans will bring food carts every day and set up and
Yes.
sell it. The Wide is kind of just the open market where anybody can
So
try
it's
and
getting
sell.
ready.
And a lot of people
Wow,
do.
that's cool.
So we get some
Yeah.
falafel, we get
Yeah.
some dishes.
Try
We
this,
will-
guys. It's
we'll
so
save
good.
it.
The only good thing about that terrible place.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a joke about Britain. The British Empire invaded
Well,
the
first
world
we
for
saved it.
spice and then decided it didn't like
And
anything.
now, the next thing we'll do is we'll send it. So, for your character sheets, each take 2 water skins.
Does any of this include Jarlaxle?
No.
Okay.
I have boar fur. Written down on
Where
mine.
did you get that?
Is
Up north.
a boar fur? Yeah. You harvest
Wasn't that one of the dwarves? Boar fur?
No, you harvest it from the white boar.
Yes.
That you used as your sort of return home.
Yeah, triumphant.
Trophy.
Yes.
I don't know if you still have that.
Okay.
It might have been hung behind you.
Ready for the next thing?
Yep.
Silk rope. Oh, hang on.
Silk
Does
rope.
anyone want one of the vials of oil, or should I just put them in the bag of holding?
I already have
Okay.
one, so you
Have
can.
some oil.
You wanted the
fire with it.
you wanted the bullseye lantern?
Nah, because I'm not going to be using my hands very often, so...
I'm not going to carry both lanterns. Who wants the other lantern?
I can take the.
Okay, you take the other lantern
I have Warcaster.
Okay.
I'll be fine.
and take 2 of the things of oil.
Hooded lantern, 2 pints of oil.
Is
items?
pints what it is?
Yeah, pints. They're flasks. I believe they give you 6
Oh,
hours.
I appear to be running out of space on my formidable sheet. There's too many things.
I'll put I'll divide the rations up. Each of you, including Jarlaxle, gets 10 of the rations.
Okay.
And he takes the Dungeoneer's kit, correct?
Yes. I'll put the antitoxin in with. I actually have a. Is that my character? Hang on. I think I actually have a potion caddy. I'll put in
Nice.
that.
There we go.
That might be.
Sheet.
No, I think it might be my character. Okay, so I'll put it in with my with my equipment bag, and I'll put the alchemy kit into the bag of holding. Okay, so that accounts for the equipment.
Okay.
Cool.
Excellent, thank you.
Thanks, Haas.
Everyone has their stuff. Assuming now you're going to wrap up
Okay,
your day
all done.
and find Archmage Vargussel, who meets you at
Do you want
the
to finish
tavern.
that? Go ahead, finish that.
As previously agreed on, out of character, you kind of forgot
Okay.
that part.
He
And-
probably wouldn't have left us leave without saying...
No, you know,
He's smart, right?
out of character, you guys would have agreed on that.
Yeah.
I just forgot to
Yeah.
ask
Right.
about it, and this seems like a perfectly reasonable assumption. Archmage Vargussel finds you at the tavern. You have bought your supplies. Archmage Vargussel is ready to teleport you. He kind of rubs his staff, starts charging up the mystical energies, and
Lend me your energy.
he asks, "Are we ready to depart?" Snivelly's kind of watching from behind the bar, like, "Ooh, magic!"
I love all these
Bye,
crazy...
Snivelly. Is he
Love-
taking care of my puppy?
I
think he
I
is,
do
right?
leave. So I leave. I write a letter that's going to be taken to Lady Stelmane, thanking her for our her help and like letting her know that we're departing. There's our plan. Like she already knows all this.
Okay.
But I'm like writing like a nice goodbye letter.
Yeah.
And
So-
I also let her know where the wagon is that she's going to be keeping an eye on, and I say make while we're in our absence, make use of it as if we're your own.
Oh.
It's a nicely built wagon.
It is a nicely built wagon, and she's definitely going to use it for business purposes now.
Yeah. That's. I mean, there's no point in having a wagon if you can't use it.
I agree.
Maybe
It's just funny.
Maybe we work off part of your
Guess what's
loan through the lend of the wagon.
Yeah, maybe.
Snively will agree to tend to Lysander too if you leave him behind. I think you also paid a woman to keep an eye on her.
Oh, I did, but
So,
I have
You can do that instead. You can do that instead.
I guess I did already pay, but
you did already pay.
Snivelly is better though. He'll have fun with Snivelly.
All right,
That lady, she had like 1 million children, and she can just have it as a donation.
It was sort of like a care shelter for multiple animals. So
Strays.
Yeah, it's all good.
so you leave it with Snivelly. Snivelly agrees, and he says, "I'll take good care of her."
Maybe I think it was a him, but
Yeah.
I mean,
that would be
ask the dog about its gender identity. I mean, sure.
And he says Lysander 2 and Sandy will definitely get along swimmingly. And careful, take too long, they might bond. At which point, Archmage Vargussel
I love all this crazy arcane magic. I'm so glad to be doing arcane magic.
and you teleport.
No.
All right, would you like me to roll the D100, or does somebody want to roll the D100?
I'm not touching that thing.
I got it.
okay.
You got it.
Unless someone else wants to do it.
I kind of feel like I've
I'm
used up
willing.
my luck for the day.
I think it's more fun if I do it.
Do it.
Your mom says
Ooh.
beautiful.
Do it now.
Your mom.
Can I see?
113. I think that's the good. I think the high numbers are bad if I remember right.
She's like, hopefully that's a good
You
one.
didn't.
But I remember wrong.
You remember wrong.
Oh,
Luckily, it turns out that since he is heading
Familiar.
towards
That's what
a
it says.
permanent circle, which means that he didn't need the permanent circle to start, so it needed to be a higher level. But since he's going to a permanent circle, his power 1 to 100 is on target.
Okay.
I did not know that.
I didn't either.
Yep.
So there's no missing to a circle you already know.
There's no missing going to a circle. So you step out in. I'm not a fan of crossing genres like this, but Dumbledore II's office with like the globe floating and all the bookshelves and all that sort of stuff is Archmage Vargussel's office with the gold circle embedded in the floor. You have arrived. Archmage Vargussel kind of steps out, and turns around, and he begins charging up his staff and says, "I wish you all well. Unless there's something you need to take care of before getting out."
Yes, he does.
give me like 2 seconds to read up on the thing. I know I'm not supposed to know this in character.
Your wife.
No, I don't need to be reminded. I was making a joke about the thing I didn't read yet.
Oh, the
thing-
meets Hermia?
The thing I did not read
Octavia.
yet. Should I read that before this happens? Because I know Lysander doesn't know it. I would know it.
Sure. Hurry up and read.
Oh,
It's 2 pages.
well, yes, I'll want to meet with her and let her know that. Yeah, by the way, we're gonna get moving.
So if that's the case, do you want to delay your departure for an evening?
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Okay. Noah, you and I can meet afterwards to go through your character stuff.
Okay.
I'm assuming you'll mostly handle that by yourself.
In the movie Frozen,
You guys can
as
find a room
nobody
or sleep in
was
his
the
inn or his
with
guild.
the ball.
Basically, you make yourself comfortable. The next day, after you've had your meeting with Hermia, which we will discuss,
As long as she didn't kill you during the meeting,
Yeah, if I don't
we can
return-
flash back to it.
90. I am 90% certain it won't impact your decision, but it is good that you checked up on her.
Yeah.
Archmage Vargussel gives you the go-ahead to teleport. And you have this, as he begins chanting in a strange arcane language, lollipop, lollipop, lolly, lolly, lolly.
Oh,
can't do-
it would
yes.
be perfect if you could.
And you disappear.
No. So yeah, we disappear, but like that, like the song is like, boom, boom. There's like no sound, but we're all like going, like
Falling
just
through-
disappearing into like a spiral,
falling
or
through
like
space.
everything elongates around us.
I'm assuming it's not entirely pleasant.
All right.
Depends on the caster.
It is practically 9 o'clock, and you will be arriving in a strange and distant land next session. At which point I think we'll attack you.
It takes us a week to teleport? 2 weeks to teleport?
Yes.
Damn.
It does
I
now.
thought it was supposed to be faster than that.
Well, I'm glad you're not falling.
It is.
Yep.
No blood for me to clean up.
You would have had.
You don't want a cliffhanger on the other end? You don't want to...
I'm.
We land and we're surrounded by skeletons.
Well, no, we're going to show up in a wizard's tower.
Yeah.
I know. Well, we're assuming a safe space.
Oh,
Who knows what's
then
going
it's
on?
maybe currently under attack.
Yeah, but, lots of things
God.
could be happening, right?
Yeah.
Want it to be permanently under attack?
Oh, okay, yeah.
We have
You
enough
wanna
problems waiting
I don't
ahead.
want it to be, but if it's narratively interesting,
that?
feel free
Do you
for
know
it to
where
be. Or for something to be going haywire. I mean, he
Roughly
probably
where
wasn't.
you
He was
are.
a little bit of a flighty guy, so maybe something was going haywire.
All right. Show of hands. Who wants the tower to be under attack? This will determine the probability of it being under attack.
Wait, what?
I want it to be under attack because I like that idea.
I
I know
am
exactly where it's going to.
I was kind of expecting.
I'm into that.
I was expecting all hell to break loose the moment we got there. So yeah.
I don't care either way.
Yes, 'cause I can
I
hear
know
you.
we're gonna have many problems ahead, but
And
You want it to
99
be under
problems.
attack?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
We're up to 3. We're up to 4. So
Okay.
4 times out of 5. That's
You roll a d5.
those don't exist.
Roll
Oh.
d20.
Roll a d6, ignore it. Roll again on the 6.
I was gonna say
I'm
roll.
gonna roll a d20 1 to 16. It's under attack.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
I'm kind of interested in seeing how that goes.
As you arrive on the 4th floor of a wizard's tower, looking out of a nearby window, you can hear the sound of a small creature laughing as a lightning bolt cracks across the window. Outside the window, you can see that there are multiple elementals of varying nature base attacking the tower.
Very nice.
Okay, that's a
Okay.
fighting force to deal with.
So
Does
they-
Felix say you arrived just in time?
He's not in the same room.
Okay,
He's
okay.
on the roof. Just
Oh, cool. Okay. Oh, he's that kind
He's the one throwing the lightning bolts. I
Yes.
see. That's
he's that kind of.
He's
excellent
throwing
third
lightning
person.
bolts at flame elementals and water elementals and earth elementals.
Good thing we brought all of this
Floating
Nice.
clean water right
skateboard?
here.
Floating skateboard? Is he Back to the Future? We need to go back. Excellent. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now for Lysander's meeting with Hermia before teleporting to the Elemental Tower.
All right, so you were, you all had finished your dinner with Lady Stelmane, fighting the Drow, capturing the Drow, and then buying supplies, teleporting back to Vox Island.
Yes.
And you had plans to teleport in the morning the next day.
Yep. And in between teleports, the plan was to go talk to Hermia because it's been a little bit.
Yes.
Actually, not long at all.
It has
It's been
been-
like a week.
It has been one day.
Oh shoot! Never mind. It's been literally a day.
Well, actually, no,
Oh, sorry. Travel time.
day out, day there, and then instant teleport back.
So
So,
3 days. Thereabouts.
like,
Okay.
pushing it. 2, maybe 3 days.
Sure.
So, not that long.
So when I told Hermia, I don't know when I'll be back. It was more like, oh yeah, so a fortnight and change.
So she's somewhat surprised to see you home early.
So
There is not a strange man in her bed.
good. Roll a percentile dice for that, I guess. Glad to see me?
She says, "Of course, darling. I'm always glad to see you."
Trick question. You're not always glad to see me, but you like it when I come by.
Sure.
But no, good to see you. Lysander walks up, gives her a hug, and says, "Oh, so how's the place been? Anything happened over the past few days?"
She says that no, nothing particular has happened. I met with one of your new friends. He seemed a very, very dangerous sort.
Yeah, Octavio. I would not put him in the friend category. It's more associate who I ran into while trying to spy on him that one time.
Well, you may not have put him in the friend category, but he seems to have. You seem to have caught his eye. And if you are busy going off taking care of problems, I need somebody here who can help keep the estate. While you've been gone, the dwarves have been giving us some side eyes.
Why is that? I thought I specifically picked the spot because it's out of the way.
Well, they're not coming to our place and giving us side eyes, but when we go out to buy supplies or our members try to sell their artwork, they get some sketchy looks.
What for? We're a completely legitimate organization.
Yes, we are, but a completely illegitimate organization came knocking on your door recently.
Oh yeah, Dwarf Mafia. Forgot about those guys. Your point makes sense.
So I think that while this man is clearly dangerous and very used to manipulating people to get what he wants, I think we can use him to keep what we have.
I mean, technically by right of succession and all, Oberon owns half of this, but yes. I think that's a dangerous idea, but if you can hold him...
I think I can manage him.
I haven't gotten the vibe that he's here to tear the place down. He's genuinely interested in what's going on. I just don't know to what end.
From what I could tell, he's a man who likes having people on his side who he can rely on.
Okay, so in other words, if we give him an ace in the hole, then he's fine with having us around.
I believe so.
And it's a benefit to us if we have somebody with muscle and extra finesse to help out around here when I'm not here. Wink, nudge.
Exactly.
Alright. So then... that sounds like an idea to me. I think that's fine. I just want to make sure that he doesn't try to pull some sort of a takeover of this whole operation, because I'm pretty sure that both of us staying alive is kind of contingent on Oberon not being upset at me.
I think Oberon would appreciate it if you stayed alive, yes.
And also keep his organization intact. And
yes.
Man, I feel like I'm, I don't know, subletting or something. This feels horrible.
She says that I don't think his intention is a takeover, but I do think he will want us to perform certain actions that we have shown ourselves to be comfortable with.
Well, me maybe, but if he starts asking for us to become an assassination agency for him, let me know.
I'll do my best here.
Right. You okay? Seems like something's bothering you.
Just a lot on my mind. Your other second in command, Demetrius, is... I get bad vibes from him.
Seemed fine to me when I was here. What's going on with him?
Nothing specific, but he just seems keeping an eye on him.
Okay. Has he done anything to you?
No, of course not.
Just foul mood sort of person, or?
I suppose he's always asking questions, looking around, keeping his eye on things. It just makes me nervous.
I mean, it is, in a way, it is sort of his job to do that.
I understand that.
But if he's looking way too closely and it's something where he's edging you out when I've given you some authority, like, I get that. I understand. I could talk to him if you need.
If you think it's best. I don't have any specific allegations to lay at his feet.
If there ever are, you know you can talk to me.
Of course, my dear. She gives you a little peck on the cheek.
You're being too nice right now.
I haven't seen you in 50 years.
Well, no, you haven't seen me in 3 days. Technically speaking.
Yes, that's what I meant.
I
And
know.
then before that, I also hadn't seen you for a very long time.
I mean, yeah, I got a bit of stubble. That's about the only change I can think of. No, I get it. I understand. And I feel bad for jumping around like this. If you ever wanted to join the crew, I know you can hold your own here.
I think one of us will need to manage the estate.
That is certainly something that needs to be done. Damn it, you're always more responsible than me. Alright, well, I'm going to give her info dump. I'm going to give her a rundown of what's about to happen. Okay, so we're teleporting to another continent. To a wizard tower. Somebody who is an ally of ours, but may or may not be totally...
Could you pass me your mini?
Me? Mine?
No, the big one.
Yes. Is it...
Should be
wet?
dry.
Okay. Let's grab it from the edges. Just in case. There you go.
Thank you.
So yeah, apparently we're about to have a session called Elemental something. No. Yes, we are going to be traveling to this wizard's tower. Hopefully the ride goes pretty well. As far as I'm aware, magic-wise, it's pinpoint accurate. It's not like we're going to be spread across the continent or something.
Good.
But then we're going to the Underdark. So yeah, don't call it a vacation. It's a business trip.
Well,
Lots to do.
take care of yourself and let me know if at any point I can help you.
Of course, and thank you for everything you've done so far. See you, dear.
Goodbye.
That sounds depressing. Lysander's gonna hang around outside for a second afterwards.
Okay. Are you hanging around for anything in particular?
Seeing if, well, first off, if Octavio drops by. Second, if there's any obvious friggin' abuse from Demetrius or something that's going on.
So are you hanging around inside?
Oh no, just outside the main door.
Okay.
So, any loud stuff happens or anyone passes by, I'll see him.
Alright. Are you trying to be stealthy?
I'll look like I'm looking over my papers for the trip.
Okay.
I don't know.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Sure. That'll be a 13.
Okay. During your 10-minute... I can't wear the hat. There's no Jarlaxle. I'm sad.
Oh, I just realized, why are you wearing... Jarlaxle's not here. Unless he is here, in which case, wow.
Suddenly behind you, Jarlaxle appears in his booty shorts and halfling shirt.
Oh, Christ.
Over the course of about 10 minutes as you're analyzing your papers, you notice that Demetrius tends to stay by the door and kind of functions more like a bouncer in title, but you know he does have, like, shareholder power in the guild.
So I noticed this because he sees me probably. As I'm
He does see
flipping
you,
stuff.
but he doesn't give you much mind because you're flipping through your papers, and so
Yep. He hasn't asked anything?
he's just kind of sitting there.
That's weirdly blasé. No, hi boss, how's it going?
I mean, he said hi and he gave you a wave when you headed out and came in.
That's fair. Okay, I didn't realize. Okay,
Yeah.
I was thinking like stone statue just staring ahead, just who's next? It's like okay, but it seems very vigilant for somebody who should be checking to see how everyone is doing.
At this point, you feel a tap on your shoulder.
Oh yeah.
Yep. No one's there. As you look over your left shoulder, no one's there.
I look for the vine.
It's not the vine.
Good. Another perception check to see what the hell this is.
You hear someone say, "Hey," in your right ear.
Yeah. Can I?
So
help?
basically, they did. Hey.
Oh.
Sounds like Michael's here.
Okay. Hello.
Come on in. Or do you need a hand?
Hi.
It's not the recent rain. Nobody cares where you are.
I have met you before.
Yes, I will. Yes, we played Small World.
Indeed.
We are still in the midst of role playing, so you know none of this.
Yes.
Plug
Well,
your ears and dance a jig.
You won't have a lot of context anyway, so it's fine.
So Octavio,
Of course, it's Octavio. Okay.
I mean, you couldn't have expected it to be anybody else with that opener.
And somehow the bouncer missed him and didn't say, "Hey, boss." Anyway.
Well, they rolled an natural 20.
God
so
damn it.
He says,
It's
"Hey,
always the stealthy assassins. Hey. 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 How's it going?
good. How are you?"
Doing well. What are you doing around here? I didn't expect you to be hanging around the Artist Guild so often.
No, I wouldn't say often. Just popping in every now and again.
You headed out, and I stopped by to say hello. And I was quite surprised to hear that the guild had a guild mistress instead of a guild master.
Yep, that would be my wife.
Yes, we've met. We've talked.
So I've heard.
She seems to be a very smart, beautiful woman. You did yourself well.
It's more that she picked me up before anyone else could take me. More accurately, she did physically pick me up, but that's beside the point.
So he says, saw you sitting out here looking over your notes. Figured I'd stop in and say hi.
Mhm.
Just taking my walk, getting a feel for the town.
Oh yeah, you're still hanging around here. I thought that you were going to go back to your home country at some point. You're here on extended business?
Yeah, I'm going to be acting as a emissary for the Vargellan city-states
Really?
for some time. You know how it is. Long talks, boring speeches, good drink.
And bureaucracy. I don't
Lots.
think you're the type for that.
I'm not, typically, but it's my mission to come in here and begin establishing a Vargellan, he doesn't say embassy, but essentially just open communications.
Alright, well, considering how closed off things were previously, good on you for opening diplomatic relations, I guess.
Well,
I've never been much for politics, but
he kind of shrugs his shoulders and he says, "The unbroken king commands, I must obey."
sense of duty. Got it. Neat. So, I was actually just on my way back out. As you can tell, I'm looking over travel papers, and
Yeah. I was wondering where you might be headed.
somewhere far away from here. Although it won't take too long to get there.
Is it a long visit?
Don't know yet. I'll have to figure it out when we get there. Me and the group I'm traveling with.
Sure. By the way,
He's never actually seen me and Jasmine in the same room together.
he doesn't technically know that you have
Contact with
contact with her,
an escaped slave, yeah.
but as you guys gain reputation,
It's gonna happen.
He says, "You and I, you consider us, if not friends, allies?"
Certainly.
Well, from one friend to another. You remember that girl? The black-haired caster out of the tower.
How do you know about her?
I've been here for over a month.
Oh, well, I mean, it's more, how do you know her specifically?
I look into my friends.
What about her?
I don't think she took your discussion very well.
I know.
I'm worried what she might do.
What do you mean?
Well, rumor has it she's in the Black Tower.
Mm-hmm. No, she was an intern doing experiments with necromancy and that sort of thing.
She was an apprentice, but yeah.
Sorry, I said
Intern is too modern.
Sorry, intern was the joke I was pulling.
Uh,
But yeah.
He says, the Black Tower, it has some dark magics in its stones, and then there haven't been any true black sorcerers in a long time. But she might be diving into those depths a little too heavily in her grief.
So what you're saying is, the nine hells hath no fury like a woman scorned.
You could say that.
All right.
I'm sure your wife would agree.
Probably. She's aware of what happened, so
I'm sure.
Were you saying I should talk to her?
I'm just saying she seems upset.
I tried to console her and she didn't want to listen.
And I understand that. But I'm just giving you a heads up. She might do nothing. Might not even be worth mentioning.
No, I think it's certainly worth mentioning. And thank you for letting me know. I was worried about her. I just know it wouldn't be appropriate to walk up to someone and say, "Hey, by the way, my wife is now alive again." Cool, see you, bye.
Probably not. Well,
I think after this upcoming business trip, it would be a good idea for me to drop by and check on her.
and I'm assuming on this business trip your wife will still have guild mistress control?
Of course.
Okay.
If you need to talk to anything business related, go through her first, Demetrius second, and then we go from there.
Okay.
And if you need to wait for me to come back, of course, that's fine as well.
Of course. Well, I'll let you get back to organizing your travel plans. I have, at this point, it's getting pretty late, so he says I have dinner with Lord Numera, and I absolutely cannot be late. So
I was going to assassinate Lord Mira. No, I'm over that. It's been, 5-something sessions.
been a while. So he gives you a bow, and he turns and he walks away, disappearing from view.
Just bow, good day to you. See you next time I'm in town.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure I will anyway.
He's a very loquacious individual.
Yep. And we out, I guess.
All right. So you think you finished all your business?
Well, talking to you would be great, but I'm not sure how much time in the day is left.
Not a lot of time.
Yeah, that wouldn't really be feasible.
Well, you
a
could
letter.
maybe fit a conversation with Demetrius.
I was gonna say,
Or Oberon.
yeah. Well, I mean, Oberon, I could do it literally in my sleep.
Sure.
Yeah, Yue though. How about a letter?
Okay.
So Lysandra's going to go ahead and pen a letter to her. If you want to have me actually type it out or something, that's fine.
I would appreciate that because it's better in your own words, not mine.
Sure. So I'll put a note down that I should send that to you.
Yep.
Spawn text. Come on. There we go. Notes.
And I think that's everything. So after that, you head back to your
Michael.
bedchamber or somewhere, and then you wake up the next day. And you
Well,
go,
sorry. I was going to point out the letter was first, and then talk to Demetrius because he's right there.
Okay, yeah. So Demetrius is kind of just leaning against the door, keeping an eye on things. He's kind of doing double duty where, like, he's got the door cracked open so he can see if anybody's coming, but he's also keeping an eye on things inside.
All right. Hey, how's the fort holding up?
It holds. How are you doing, sir?
Call me Lysander, please.
Very well, sir.
I mean, I call you Demetrius. Oh my god.
My name is Demetrius, sir.
Jeez. All right, fellow sir. So I'm just making sure everything's going all right. No untrustworthy folk coming through. No robberies. Sales have been going all right, I'm hoping.
Everything is holding above board, as the Lord commands.
And how is Hermia holding up from your perspective? I'm just curious.
Your wife seems to be taking well to the business.
Insight.
Go ahead.
Let's go ahead with that. Oh, jeez. My dice are betraying me today.
Isn't that every day?
Yeah, pretty much. That's 6.
6?
Yeah.
A little louder so the microphone can hear you.
6. Yes, it's a 6.
Okay.
That sucked.
As far as you can tell, he's telling the truth. He's not giving any, like, obvious lies, but his face is very sort of... kind of reminds you of a very slow-moving river. Kind of very flat, not a lot of ripples happening.
So, since I've left, you've just been kind of standing by the door, or?
I go where I am needed.
Okay.
I feel my need is best keeping an eye on the door.
Yep.
Particularly since of that scuffle with the dwarves.
Oh yeah, but we handily took care of that.
Yes, but I hope to prevent them from ever getting back in.
Good plan. In that case, if we need to expend any resources towards security, that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Very well, sir. I will talk with the guild mistress about increasing security.
Yep. Sounds like a good idea. What do you think about that, though? I'm curious. It sounds like you're very businesslike. I don't know you very well yet.
I think increased security would be a good measure to prevent them from getting in, but it may send a bad message to anybody currently members or interested in joining. We don't want a military compound for artists.
That is fair.
Perhaps something subtler than guards.
Okay. Hey, if you want to start Taekwondo classes, that sounds great. I know it's not a thing in the world. No. If we want to start, if it wouldn't ruffle too many feathers, teach self-defense for merchants selling. Like, if we could characterize it as something that's necessary for those who sell in different types of markets. I'd imagine if anyone tries to sell in a bit of a rougher space because that's what they can afford, then I think they might like that.
He says, very well, sir. I will take it up with the guild mistress.
All right. Now, again, I want to come back to that. What do you do when you're not here? I'm curious. What do you like to do?
Well, when I finish my business here, I file a report for Lord Oberon.
Okay.
I have a drink of water, and then I write some poetry.
Poetry? Oh, wow. What are you into? What types?
He pulls out
That's more metaphorical, flowing prose. Are we talking?
He pulls out a small
romantic?
red booklet, and he opens it up, and he shows you a page. Pretend this is written poetry.
Yeah.
He shows it to you. It's basically like kind of shorter things, like haikus, limericks, and sonnets.
Oh, the old staples. Interesting. I didn't really take you for a poet.
I am an artist.
Oh, well, I mean, yes. Come to think of it, I never did ask what kind of art you worked on, so poetry. Well, we certainly need more bards, don't we? Well, great. Thank you for having this little chat. I do need to get going on my trip. I've already said my goodbyes to Hermia. If anything happens, feel free to contact me, or I'm sure Oberon would open up a line if need be.
As you will, sir.
All right.
Hey, Scott.
Talk to you later.
Hello.
Nice glasses.
Thank you.
Oh, snazzy.
Forgot I left my glasses on.
You for-
My mom sat around a campfire for hours not realizing she was wearing sunglasses.
Oh,
And
that's
she was
why
wondering
so
why it was
dark.
getting so dark.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's dark in here. That was the reason.
That ends the scene there, I suppose.
And so you'll head back to wherever you go to bed, wake up, get teleported.
And let's do that thing, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Demetrius comes across as a robot.
He's not exactly intended as a robot, but he